Oh, I didn't have this fade transition. Always. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm so sorry to jump scare you with all of our faces. Man. Hi. Welcome to High Shelf Collective for the fifth 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023 fifth annual High Shelf Charity, everybody. Um, so I'll have just like a little bit of quick announcements, but you've probably heard the spiel or you're about to hear a spiel from like future me. So like take this with a grain of salt. But this year, again, we are raising money for Elevated Access, which is a absolutely wonderful cause that we need more than ever, unfortunately. Now, they are a wonderful group that will pair people with private pilots that will fly them free of charge to get any sort of medical care they need that may not be available in their state, gender affirming care, abortions, the likes there. So we are very, very thankful to be able to be raising money for them again this year. Over in like chat, it'll be that side technically. You'll see links that'll pop up that'll have all sorts of info on them, all sorts of info on our sponsors, how you can donate, and all of the info on our wonderful giveaways and prizes. So keep an eye on all of that. But let's get into what today is all about. We'll go around and have everybody, if y'all will introduce yourself, just who you are, where people can find you. Social and whatever, and I guess we'll probably save characters for in game. Okay, so we can do a little backward circle. So I will start. Hello, I am Taylor at Potato all over the internet, and I'm super excited for another year of charity. I'll toss it over to JD.
Hey, I am JD, pronouns he, they. I can be found on the internet at JD Not Jason Dean, and I'm thrilled to be here today.
And then Amber.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amber, also known as The Space Jamber. I am a TTRPG writer, editor, podcaster, and streamer, and marketing manager. You can find me anywhere there's internet at The Space Jamber. Thank you for having me. So excited.
Then we'll go over to Matt.
Hey, y'all. I'm Matt, he, him pronouns. You can find me everywhere as improv and RPG. I'm so pumped, y'all. I'm ready to rock.
Then we'll go to Owen.
Hello, I am Owen J. Ace, pronouns he, him. I am a video game and TTRPG writer. You can find me on all socials at Ace of Squares, and a lot of times here on High Shelf Collective.
Yes, you could never leave us. And then we'll throw it over to Nate if you'll introduce yourself, and then you can just kick her off. Also, I'm gonna apologize. I just looked over at the stream. Caption Ninja hates me. I don't have captions. I'm so sorry. That entire intro is captionless. Broken. Nate.
I'm so sorry. Hi, everyone. My name is Nate. Pronouns are he, him. I am many, many things. I am a former tailor, former makeup artist. I am a professional photographer, portraits, products, events, sometimes fashion. It's a lot of weird, wonderful things I get to photograph in my life. And occasionally I get to GM because it's a fun outlet. It's creative. And today we are going to play Fallout. If you've never heard of Fallout, it's based off the popular video game series. There is also a Prime Video show that came out this year that's really good. Highly recommend it. It's really popular. There was even a vault thing off on one of the bus stops here in LA. It was really funny to see a vault door just sitting right there. Pretty much the main thing I want to get across before we even jump in, just for those who are watching, we are using the setting of 4, so also known as the Commonwealth, also known as the sort of greater Boston area, but also a little bit of Eastern Massachusetts. I bring this up because I am also originally from Massachusetts. So as I joked the last time I ran this one shot, and I will say it for these wonderful players here as well, the accent has a mind of its own. It will happen. It's just going to happen. I have no regrets. And with that, if you, this also has a little bit of a warning too for those who've never seen this game. Fallout tabletop game, think the same thing like the video game in terms of what to expect for content. So it is Fallout. It can get silly. It can get weird. It can also get ridiculous. So let's have fun with it. For our story, I'm doing this for once in a very different way than I usually do intros. I did not write a full-on intro. I just kind of wanted to get into it. All of you are part of a group that has a settlement at a red rocket station. A red rocket is ostensibly, think of it like a garage, but also gas station, but also kind of a workshop, at least in the wasteland that you're in now. It's a great place to just, if you need a place to settle down, make a camp, or just maybe build a lot of stuff like you could in the video game, by all means, a red rocket's a great place to go. You are part of a group that includes the 5 of you. I'm also going to add 3 others who have helped out as well. There is an additional ghoul, a regular human survivor, and because I always think this is fun to add these into the mix, and there is just a vault dweller who has been out and about in the real world, just surviving as best they can, which all the best. But then there are the 5 of you, and I would say one at a time, please tell us who you are, and then we will I'll describe more of your setting for you a little bit. But whoever wants to go first, by all means, the floor is yours.
I mean, I can start, I guess.
I was getting worried because I was like, and then silence fills the space.
Okay, so we're just saying like name
Describe
and
your
general
character, who
vibes.
they are. Yeah,
All right.
name, what they look like, what your origin is, because obviously some of you are not human.
Hi, I'm not human. Yeah, so I am playing Fern, who is a Mr. Handy robot. Specifically, what was it called? What was
Mr. Farmhand.
Mr. Farmhand? Thank you. I was like, I lost it on my thing. You know, they are a pretty typical looking Mr. Handy, but probably a little beefier. As they could literally carry trees as they were created for the logging industry. So can take a punch. They probably are a little rusted, but as patched over as they can be with some like hunter green paint. It's starting to look a little camo-y with like the rust rust and spots and the mismatched paints that they could just like find to repair themselves with. But yeah, I guess since I'm Mr. Handy, the attachments you see got a little pincher hand, of course, a massive freaking buzz saw on another arm, and a little laser gun on another, because you got to protect yourself.
Whoever wants to go next.
I can go next.
By all means.
Oh, sorry. 1 second. Pulling up
All
my
good
stuff.
No worries.
Okay. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. My name is My name is Buster Pelham, but you can call me Buddy. What you see is a horrific zombie-like creature, sharply dressed in a pre-war suit. You see, Buddy was an ad man before the bombs dropped. Unfortunately, he was topside, so that same titular fallout that irradiated and decayed my body won't let me die. Now I'm here. With these fine folks, I am a trader of sorts. I have a Brahmin carrying my rare wares, but I'm still helping people find the fine products they need. And that's Buddy.
Amazing. I love that you had a prop too.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to go next.
How the fuck do we follow that up?
Exactly.
I was just thinking.
Look, I played with Owen enough that I knew I had to go before him.
You were
He always
smart
comes in
and
so strong.
strategic.
Oh, I love those. Yeah, whoever wants to go next.
I'll go, sure. I'm gonna try, but I don't have a cool filter, damn it. At this Red Rocket, there is a woman who definitely doesn't just appear rough around the edges. She is like the definition of rough around the edges. Crow's feet line the corners of her eyes, deep and kind of giving a great explanation of all of the stress that living on this side of the wasteland has to offer. She has Nina Staples is a 5'0" kind of 5'0", but like has the body of like a gymnast because of all of the running and bootlegging and mission running she has to do throughout the wasteland, throughout the Commonwealth specifically. But her dark raven black hair is streaked with gray and maybe a little bit of brown. That could be dirt, it could be blood, it could be whatever. Who has time to wash themselves these days? But she's taking a really rare rest here at our settlement, hands behind her head, sitting on like what remains of a giddy up buttercup body, just closing her eyes. She's maybe not the head of the railroad here, one of the most vocal factions here in the Commonwealth, but she provides a bit of texture that this settlement desperately needs. But yeah, she's just taking a break right now, reveling and not being focused on whatever next mission is coming her way, but just warming her face on the spots of sun that are coming through the sky. That's where we are.
Excellent.
All right, I'll go next. We see, in sharp contrast to Nina, a much younger individual sitting up in the scaffolding near the ceiling of the Red Rocket, legs hanging over the edge. There is a folder in this person's hands, and he has it opened and is looking through it. And it is filled with a variety of things: receipts, pages from books, instruction manuals. Mixed in, there are some drawings of Christmas trees, diagrams, indications of where the lights go, what the purpose of the lights is, the fact that there is something meant to be on top. Exactly what that is, it's unclear. You see images of an actual star. You see images of the meme of Pearl being on the tree because she has to be a star. You see all of those things. And he is sitting there poring over it, his dark curly hair an absolute mess, because who knows the last time he washed it or attempted to tame it in any way, shape, or form. He is wearing a pair of glasses that are just the rims. There is no glass inside, but it makes him look smarter. And he is taking copious notes on what he can remember of what he has heard about the holidays. You see notes about Mrs. Claus, Santa Claus, the reason Santa Claus's coat is red. Maybe he'll share that tidbit with you. Mariah Carey, goddess, question mark. And that is where we find Klaus, sitting up there, looking over his notes, preparing for whatever happens next, and kind of hoping he doesn't get interrupted or called on to do anything, because this is a very important work.
Amazing. And Matt.
All right. So, okay, this is perfect because Sam, a 5'5" East Asian gentleman with short black hair, he is a vault dweller. He's got a yellow shirt, blue jumpsuit. He's a little bit older. Typically, you'll see maybe some work gloves hanging out the back of his pants. He has a thick wallet that he keeps in his pocket that's filled with pictures of his family. He was originally from Vault 867. And I would say that anytime Klaus takes out those papers, Sam is very interested because Sam left the vault with a promise to his kids. And you would notice that he has in another pocket. It's exceedingly thick, just as if you had like a notebook that you tried to fold over a few times, and he stuck it in his pocket, which is a big stack of letters to Santa from his kids who all believe in Santa Claus. And Sam promised them that he would go make sure Santa gets these letters. And so I imagine that when Klaus is looking through, Sam is doing like the I'm not looking at what you're doing, but he'll just kind of be poking over the shoulder. Say, oh, interesting stuff you got there.
I really like the idea that Sam is like the one person who is willing to listen to Klaus. And so
Yes.
as you're doing that, I think Klaus does look up at you and say, Sam, did I ever talk to you about the fact that there was this dark time of the year before every holiday season?
No, but and he'll like grab a box and set it down, and he'll groan as he sits down. Please let me know.
All right. I think I'm remembering this right. I've written it down a few times. It was, and you see him look through his papers. Whamageddon. It would start every November. And I mean, you can hear it in the name, right, Sam? Like, wham, Armageddon.
Yeah. Oh my, that sounds terrifying.
Wham-ageddon.
All right.
It's even worse than you can imagine.
I'm imagining pretty bad, so.
There was this song, and it was about cutting out your heart and giving it to someone who didn't want it.
How could you feasibly do that?
I don't know. I mean, they must have had some technology that would allow for it. Like maybe it preserved your heart.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Fern's off to the side now and like little buzzes and whirls is like humming the song.
100%. As you're humming it, just to fill out this settlement a bit, you have 3 other people, because I wanted to make it more than just the 5, because I felt like this made more sense in my head. You have 3 other people. One is a regular human survivor. Their name is Terry, Terri, pronouns she, her. A ghoul, he, him, named Bert. You will also say you can call him Burton. Burton. And there is also someone wearing a vault suit that you're not sure if they're a vault dweller. They've not given specifics. They will not detail that. Their name is Michelle. That is Michelle with 2 L's. And they're actually with, oh god, I wrote everyone's name now. With Klaus, they're actually helping you put up lights everywhere. Because, to me, you have a ghoul who, also much like Owen's character of Buster Buddy, they remember the before times because they were there when the bombs fell, because that's just how it is in this world. If you're a ghoul who's actually got their sensibilities about you, you were there the day it happened, and you're literally basically immortal. You are living forever at this point. And they're like, oh yeah, I remember celebrating that thing, even though it wasn't really my thing, because I never got to have a tree when I was actually able to do it. It's just, too many different holidays all at once. But yeah, I like a good holiday tree and putting up lights. And the other 2 are just like helping you put the lights up here and there around the Red Rocket, and not just in like one specific part, everywhere around it. Like the entire Red Rocket is nothing but covered in lights. Whether they work or not doesn't matter. They're covered in lights. The only thing I will say you don't have at the moment is a tree. It seems like the one little piece that's missing.
Nina opens her eyes and just laughs mirthlessly. Just, you all are so ridiculous. Don't you realize that Christmas was just an invention by people like you? Gestures to Owen's character. to sell products and make children believe in things that aren't really there.
And what products they were. I have a list of them if you like. And
I think I'm sitting on one of them.
I think you will go off into like listing products and like the slogan for the thing like you are sitting on. Completely unhelpful.
You know what? Because I'm curious, what's one of the main products you would have sold back then? And it doesn't even have to be Fallout, really. You can make it whatever you want in this moment. I'm all about it.
I think they had a big deal with sugar bombs, the cereal.
Yeah.
And people talk about those a lot. Even though he doesn't have any at the current moment.
I mean, the beauty too for you is if you did find any, you could probably eat them because you could eat anything, even if it's irradiated, because it doesn't hurt you.
Hell yeah. Dream.
So, yeah, getting kids hooked on sugar and making them feel like no, absolutely not. This is a sham of a holiday.
Making them feel like they could do anything with the explosive flavor of sugar bombs. And I'm glad you brought up shopping. I think one of the greatest traditions of this holiday is the rush to get that perfect thing for that special someone. I think what we need here at the Red Rocket is a Christmas tree of our own.
A Christmas tree?
Fern just starts spinning in circles super fast, really excited, and is like coming your direction now.
Do you think they exist anymore?
Did you
Well, I can
say
consult the catalog, but there's got to be stock somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere out there.
I mean, why not just take a bush of whatever and put a star on it and call it a tree?
Because that's not a tree.
it's not it doesn't? Do you know what a tree is?
Yeah, and they don't exist anymore in the way you need.
Maybe not here.
Am I the only sane one here? Like,
When you say that, you probably
Yes.
all of you take a second to look around. All the trees are completely lifeless, dead. Not a single one has a leaf on it. It's just branches.
Well, they used to be made out of plastic. So maybe there is a stock somewhere.
The invention of plastic trees made me lose my job.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
There
sorry,
you go.
Fern.
They didn't need me at the tree farms anymore. I had
The
to go carry
commodification.
logs, big logs, and cut up all the trees. It was very sad. Though plastic trees probably still exist. I would assume. Does plastic die?
The other ghoul in the camp that is not Buddy, Bert, just looks at you like, no, plastic can pretty much go on forever at this point. It's not a great resource for the environment. Just points around. I will, and then the other survivor that is not our other vault dweller, Terry, looks at you like, I think, there might actually be a plastic tree around. I swear I've seen one before, but I'm not sure the best place. But I know if you want to go out and look for one, by all means, we'll hold the fort down and make sure everything's okay. Keep hanging lights. Have a little holiday adventure.
Absolutely.
Well, then it's settled. Some last-minute shopping.
I hate it.
I love that so much.
Amber hates it. Amber hates it. Let me be clear.
Oh. I will also add, because for Klaus, you would all know this, and especially our ghoul, just for some context. The day the bombs fell, it was technically the end of October, so a lot of the buildings still have Halloween decorations up, so you still see pumpkins here and there. You putting up Christmas lights is probably the only building in the vicinity that has any form or display of that holiday showing at the moment. Just because the nature of the world. everything kind of just froze in place, and no one decided to remove any of that stuff. So but yeah, I figure the goal. It's like, yeah, I figure there's a town nearby called Malden. You can check that out. Go downtown. There's a couple of buildings in the area. You can go check and see what's there.
Great.
Do we need money to buy these trees? Or do I cut them down?
I don't think money's needed at this point.
Sorry, they said shopping.
Oh, fair point. Bring caps just in case. Just a reminder for
Holy.
those, just in case. Bottle caps are currency.
Fern, if we found a plastic tree, would that be really insensitive to you?
Well, it would not be my favorite, but I think it's better than nothing at this point. Unless we decide to get a lot of bushes and maybe glue them to one of these logs, but that seems like not sustainable. Both of the little like antenna eyes are just staring at trees now and like trying to think it through, and it's like, I can deal with plastic tree. As long as I get to pick what color lights we put in it.
Of course. Did you know that the different light colors say different things?
No.
Red is the color of blood.
Is that Christmassy?
Apparently.
Okay.
The blood of Christ.
I don't know him. Did he die?
For our sins, supposedly.
Yeah, what's in your notebook about Jesus Christ? Just real quick on the trip about Christianity.
I'm just imagining Nina being like, here are all of the things about organized religion. This is where Christmas comes from. And Klaus just being like, that doesn't sound right.
I don't think so. They ripped out each other's hearts.
Yeah, they ripped out each other's hearts. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
During the middle of all this, your survivor who's in the settlement burn just rolls his eyes like, I'm not getting involved in that conversation, goes to hang up more lights a little bit farther out from the red rocket. For location wise, because I forgot to specify this, and also I am going to get a little off from the map in the game because the map in the game is an extremely condensed version of the actual real world location. You are in the town next to Malden that is known as Melrose. It is pretty much, you could walk literally a mile down the street and you hit Malden dead on. And where you are currently located is like the Red Rocket I mentioned. There is also an old rumbled down school building nearby as well, that you've pretty much probably picked apart, grabbed all the lights in there as possible. There's like nothing really salvage wise left unless you want to drag school desks over, which that's just not worth it. Wait, yeah, if you guys pretty much want to, just Malden's right there. We'll watch this. We'll watch the place. They literally point to all the armaments in the Red Rockets. Like, I think we're fortified well enough just in case.
Wait, pause. Is it the Malden Middle School that's nearby?
Well, not the one next to you. So you're still in the town next to Malden. That is a possible, because if you know that, I will say you definitely know that because you've been in the world. That is a possible spot. If you want to go check that, you can. I will say for Amber's sake, because you've played the game, I have changed one element of that we will not do because of certain things.
Yeah, real.
There's a reason. That would be a much longer story to tell, I feel. But yes, that is one possible location as well. You would also, actually, you know what? I'll let you all. This is a fun one. All of you roll survival for me. And the way it'll be is just to reiterate, because I need to make sure I do this too. It is survival plus endurance. The way you do it is you take the number you have in survival, or the number you have in survival plus the number you have in endurance. That is a target number you want to hit either at that point exactly or below it.
And I'm
0 successes.
Wait,
And it's all
hold
individual dice. So you roll 2d20, and then you tell me what both numbers are for the 20s, because they both are individual by themselves.
gotcha. Okay. And then I want
sorry,
so if I have survival of 2, endurance of 6, I want to roll under an 8.
You want to roll under an 8. There you go.
Okay.
plus...
A 6 and then a 15.
And if
what
it
if
happens
it's one
to
of
be
our
a-
tech? Oh, I was
I was
there.
just going to bring that up. No, perfect. If it's a tag skill and you roll under it, that's actually a crit. So you'll get 2
Oh.
successes based off that 1 die.
I have 2 successes then. Because
there you
it
go.
is my
Crit as
tag skill.
well.
This is
Two.
16 and a
Oh,
17,
nice.
so I'm struggling.
It's fine. If anyone gets a 20, do let me know. There's reasons.
Yep, I did. So that's
Okay.
fine.
no.
So that's fine.
I have to roll it
What
I-
I will say.
Roll.
Okay. Go ahead, Amy.
Oh, I was gonna say I got a. Oh God, wait, I can't tell on this side. Oh, I got a 9 and a 17 on 12. So we got 1 success. Oh wait, but you said if it's a tag skill, if I get 1,
It counts as a
for
crit, so it'll count as 2. Yep.
Sick. Hell yeah.
Nice. So for those of you who got crits or succeeded, I will be nice. We're going to start your AP at 5. That is a group-wide resource. So if you take from it, that means everyone, that number goes down for all of you. But I will be a little bit more generous because I forgot to say it at the top, because 3 of you got crits, I'm assuming. You have AP of, and this is not normal for the game, and I don't care where to break it. You have 8 AP to work with. I will be nice.
Wow.
But also because you got the 20, the way it works too is if you get a 20, I get a point of momentum. I will explain that if I decide to do something with it eventually. It's just
Right.
the GM getting fun things. But you have at least 8 AP, and just keep in mind if I ever ask for like a number of successes more than 2, you can spend AP points. You can also spend your luck points to reroll dice and add dice as well, which highly recommend that. It's a one shot. Go to town. Those who succeeded, you would know the following locations probably to check out in Malden, which one is the middle school. It's pretty much one of the biggest buildings in the area. The other, hilariously, is the coffee headquarters for Slocum Joe's, which I did come up with a slogan because I couldn't get out of my head, which is obviously America runs on Joe. Interpret that how you want. There's also a police station that you could check out that you're not sure if anyone's been in there. You don't know what could be in there. And for a 4th location, just to add some fun to it that is not in the game, there is also a diner nearby that you could also check out and just see what's there. Scavenge for parts maybe, or see if they had something set up. Because it's that weird thing of, again, everything still kind of has Halloween up because that's when the bombs fell that day. But at the same time, you never know, someone might have just wanted to get a head start. You never know. Who's to say? But yeah, those who succeeded, you would know those 4 spots off the top of your head are probably the best places to check out if you were to go to Malden proper.
Well, Owen, what was your character's name again?
Buddy?
Buddy.
Yes.
You've
What can I
been
do for your friend?
here for a while, yes?
Oh, yes.
So, where would people prematurely celebrate this holiday?
Well, the holiday of consumerism you can celebrate at any day. But if there's anything I know from those days, which is increasingly less as the decades drag on, the best way to start your day is with a cup of Slocum Joe's. I say we head there.
Works for me.
All right. I'll get Cappy ready, and I'll start packing up my Brahmin, who you know is named Cappy.
Aww.
It's short for capitalism.
I'm just over here going capybara in my mind.
Oh
I
no.
just cried. That was so good.
I thought you named him after the cats you traded.
Same.
Well, common misconception.
Which is capitalism in this game. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
It truly is cat capitalism.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. No, I have a question for Matt, your character, because you said you're a vault dweller.
Yeah.
How long have you been outside the vault?
I'd like to think that this is like coming out to Red Rocket and doing all this stuff is his first journey out.
Okay.
And so, I mean, I don't know how long we've been together as a group, but I'd like to imagine that, like, overall, these are fairly new experiences for him. But he has his mission, and having the wisdom of a father, he's just like, all right, we can do this. I just have this thing to take care of along the way.
Okay. Asking as I'm going to elaborate then, because I feel like this maybe is not like you've never seen a Brahmin up until probably being at this Red Rocket. So just for some context, it's a cow, 2 heads, because that's the world we live in, guys. Pretty much there's no fur of any kind. It's just the musculature nature of it, basically. It looks like a cow, but it has 2 heads is probably the best way to put it. So just putting that out there, because if you're a vault dweller who's only been out here for a little bit, I imagine there's still a lot of things you're like, oh, that's new.
Yeah.
That's not what it was that's not what I was told in the vault, but that's new.
Yeah, I'd say that Sam will probably, every time he looks at Cappy, he's always like, he's curious and he wants to like pet one of the heads, but then there's also a part of him that's like, do I pet one head first? Because then that feels like I'm favoring one over the other. Because it was easy with my kids because they all came one at a time, but 2 heads, I don't know. And so
Sam, you have 2 hands.
That's I did not think of that, Klaus. Thank you. Why didn't? Okay, and then Sam is gonna start advancing on Cappy with both hands.
Cappy doesn't move. Cappy just is waiting for it.
Oh my god.
Little head pat.
Yeah. See, the new model has improved on the design.
Are you talking about me or?
Oh no, the Brahmin.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I've only ever dealt with single-headed cows, or at least in what I've read.
Cow classic is what we call it in the business.
Okay. New and improved. I get it.
You got it.
What happens if you want to address one head but not the other one?
Well, friend, that's up to you. That's the beauty of the product.
All right.
The other vault dweller, Michelle, just is watching this and has the most raised eyebrow look of like, I am so lost and I'm not going to intervene with this. I'm going to go back to hanging lights and just getting my things done. But yeah, if you have those 4 locations, do you take your time as needed to get whatever you need from Red Rocket? But if you decide to set out, let me know.
Yeah, I think
The best way to start the day is with Slocum Joe's.
Yeah.
She's got
What
it.
is Joe?
Truly.
Joe Mama.
I've never heard of this one. Is it a beverage or an item?
Okay.
Klaus is taking notes furiously about this.
I love chaos.
It is a beverage. It is the coffee on which America runs, but it's also a line of merchandising.
I thought America ran on fuel.
Common misconception.
I see.
I love all of you so much.
Klaus raises a hand and asks, does that mean we need to bring back coffee for the generators? So we can keep them running.
Might be a good idea just in case.
I'll bring an extra bag. Coffee can go in a bag, right?
Coffee can go anywhere. That's the beauty of the product.
Owen, I swear to God. Oh, so good. I will say you actually have old bags that are empty around the Red Rocket that are either from before everything happened, or maybe someone had just gone there before you guys took over the Red Rocket, and their old bags, the Slocum Joe coffee bags, just gone. There's no grounds left in them. You can still kind of smell a hint of it, but it's also one of those things where like, is this what it's supposed to smell like? This is a good question that I now open up to the floor because I actually don't know this, and Amber, you maybe can help with this too because you've played the games, and also anyone who's played them. I don't know if coffee's a thing anymore in this universe. I know that there is the office that I mentioned, but like I don't know if coffee's actually a thing you can get. I know, and I will say this now because it's going to be a running joke. I know you can get dirty water, which the reference to the city area you're in 100%, but I know that there's that, but I don't know about coffee. That is a great question.
Probably not. I feel like coffee beans are pretty hard to grow well.
Those things are temperamental
So,
to grow.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, unless it's found. I mean, I don't remember.
Like
Oh wait,
old ass instant
there are
coffee.
right. There are big coffee tins that you can find throughout.
Yes.
But you
Okay.
use that for iron in the game when you reduce it to scrap.
Oh yeah, for settlement building.
Mhm.
God, so much of that.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, you have bags around that maybe have faintest of like smells left of it, but you're just also like, oh, is that what it's supposed to smell like? You don't know. Our goal
Gotta
maybe
taste
would know, but at the
amazing.
same time.
I mean, if Christmas was as important to the before people as they say they are, I mean, we should probably get going sooner rather than later to find this Christmas tree so it doesn't get sniped.
Murdered?
Someone would shoot a Christmas tree?
No, like somebody else taking it because Christmas inspires greed in people. Have you been... Okay, do I need to start the sermon over again?
No.
Okay.
Don't
She's saying
remember
we need to
greed.
get them while supplies last.
I remember peppermints and hot chocolate and kids laughing and snow and lots of Christmas trees. It's the best time. Until I had to go to the logging factory.
I will add for time frame wise, because you brought up snow. There is no snow on the ground. It is early December because there is that weirdness of being in Massachusetts where early December sometimes it can still be 60 degrees out and then you'll get snow randomly the next week.
Oh, I was just going to imagine this is a world after climate change and there's no more
That
snow.
too. Yeah, that was the other reason too. Is climate
The world
change
is just
and
out of
also
snow
because
now.
I know not to get too real worldy with it. There is also the thing of like it can happen where there is that 1 month of the year you just get all the snow at once, and you're not in that. Thankfully, it's just as you just said. It's like kind of post climate changey. We're just like I don't know what snow is at this point, or it rarely happens in the area. And when it does, you know that you need a lot of wood and a lot of fire to keep warm because it's a lot at once. But yeah, do you guys pretty much get what you need to and head out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How we will do this is you get told a direction. It's like, yeah, just follow this street, go lead to right to Malden Center. It should be right there that you can then find everything that you need for those 4 spots that the 4 of you know off the top of your heads, or the 3 of you knew off the top of your heads who rolled got successes. What I would like is once again give me a survival check. Just to see what happens along the way.
Let's go.
Ooh. 4
Survival endurance,
successes.
right?
Because
Oh, did you get 2 under your
crits.
tag?
Yeah, I got a 3 and a
so
4.
the way it works is the game's a little more stingy. If you get 2 under the tag, it's just one of them's a crit, one's a regular. So 3.
Okay, 3 successes.
That's still good though. That's 3 is good. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 successes.
Yeah.
Woo.
Matt.
I got 1 success. I rolled a
Yeah.
1, baby.
Oh, so you got a crit.
yeah!
Yeah, if you get a 1, that's a crit. So you got 2. Hey.
Let's go.
0
Owen
for
and JD.
Buddy.
0 for Buddy. Did you get a 20 at all?
No.
Okay, you're good. And then JD?
1, I got a 4 and a 15.
Nice. So, yeah, you all pretty much see it. I'll let. Like, buddy, you're good. Buddy, you're probably extrapolating all the joys of capitalism.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much it is. I just wanted to see how it went. So most of you, the fact that some of you got crits, I'm not going to throw anything at you because that's just it's a crit. Don't do that. You all pretty much just follow the road as it were. You walk straight down. A lot of the buildings are pretty much, again, it's post nuclear war, literally, which is always such a weird thing to say out loud, but it's Fallout. All the buildings are pretty much just, they have seen better days. You have, as I love this about where I grew up, and it's something that you just don't get anywhere else in the country, you have buildings that looked both very much brand new up till the bombs dropped, to the buildings that look like, oh, they've been around since the 1700s and they just don't get rid of that exterior. You just build from the inside because that's just what you do. You can preserve that history as best you can. The main thing that happens is when you're walking down, do you have your Brahmin? Your Brahmin's coming with you, if I remember correctly. Cap, right? Cappy?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. I will say with your 0, it takes a little bit longer to get down because the Brahmin probably has a much heavier pack than you're letting on. So you're letting the Brahmin kind of, you're walking in pace with it while everyone else is probably a little bit farther ahead. And then they realize like, oh, you're actually farther behind than we need to be. So it's a game of catch up. The thing that happens along the way is you walk by an old train station that thankfully you take probably a second to look at it, which is why I'll go off the survival checks. There's thankfully no weird signs of anyone like about to pop out at you. It's eerily quiet. It's probably the best way to put it. The one thing you do notice is, and I'm doing this to kind of mess with Taylor because I had a plan to do this for about a week. You see another person walk by, Brahmin, very much traitor, also very cool, like, who just gives a tip of the hat as it is as you're walking by, like, heading down to Malden.
Oh, yeah. Doing some last minute shopping.
Last minute shopping. Wait, what?
You haven't seen a Christmas tree, have you?
Takes 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds thinking about it while looking at the 5 of you. It's like, no, I haven't seen one of them since before all this, happened.
Ah.
There might be one downtown. You never know.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah. What do you actually? She looks at your Brahmin, looks at the 5 of you, like the others. It's like, what are you trading? Out of curiosity.
Oh. Well, let's look at what I have in stock.
And if you want to be spur of the moment, I'm kind of throwing this on your plate, and I know that. So by all means,
I mean,
it's a one shot. Have fun with it.
I have. I did roll for wares. I have ammo. I have a few chems. I have a sensor array, and I don't know what it does. But I'll show that. Oh, I also have an iguana on a stick.
I mean, that's a delicacy out here. For Taylor, I will tell you on the spot right now. What would Patsy have on their Brahmin?
Oh yeah, I mean, I know she definitely had that magazine to kill ghouls, whatever those are. So if anyone wants
I forgot about that.
there's that.
Oh.
I've never heard of a ghoul though, so whatever you want with that. Yeah, she also I think had a lot of like food and scrap and stuff.
Yeah, you both probably take a second to look at each other's wares, and they're just like, it's probably not worth trading right now, but just be safe out there. Be careful in Malden. Heard some weird things with certain parts of the city. Just be mindful of where you're at.
Good to know. Any weird things in particular?
Again, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, thinking real hard about it. 15 seconds. Just if you see a walking robot, maybe just say hello before start shooting.
Why would we start shooting first?
Great question. And then starts walking away.
I mean,
yeah.
Listen, they're sending all kinds of things to get supplies now. I wouldn't be surprised if the Institute is trying to take over Christmas as well.
The Institute?
What?
You know, the people that are making sense and kidnapping people and replacing
What?
them with sense. Are you not? Do you not pay attention to Diamond City Radio?
No.
No.
Christ. Forget I said
I will
anything.
I'll make this fun because I feel like this could be fun where they could be lying to you. Whoever doesn't know, roll speech for me. If you think your character doesn't know, or are you really bluffing about this, not knowing what Nina's talking about? Which, if you don't succeed, Nina, I will 100% say you know that they're lying to you and they know what you're talking about. They just don't want to admit it.
I don't know, and I rolled a nat 20.
Thank you for that, Tay.
I don't know, and I rolled a natural 1.
I don't know, and
Hey.
I rolled a natural 1 as
Yeah,
well.
let's go!
Wait, is it speech charisma?
That's speech plus charisma. Yeah, it's the number for speech and then charisma number.
I don't know if y'all are surprised by this, but I had to roll below a 3 to succeed on that one.
Oh wait, what's my thing? Is this?
I have a funny thing then for yours that'll be really funny as a
This
visual
isn't.
gag.
This isn't a pose, right? It's just a.
Oh no, it's just to see. I'm not letting Nina doesn't have to roll because I feel like there's no need to have you roll on this. You just will know if they recognize or not because I feel like
Yeah.
Oh,
it's more of if you don't succeed, I'll elaborate.
got it. I crit for 2 success.
Nice.
God, you guys getting crits. For the ones who got 2 ones, good job. That's awesome. You hold in that you're like, you probably have heard the stories about that, but you're also like, that's just a myth. No one believes that. So you compose yourselves just fine. Where I'm going to make this funny for our Mr. Farmhand, because I can't figure out how to make a robot lie. You have 3 robotic receptor eyes that, no matter what, by the way, you have full 360 view, period. Like, you see everything. Which, God, that just, I don't know how you deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look like a snail constantly as they're just like,
Yeah.
When Nina brings up the synths, the Institute, one of your receptors kind of have that moment of flinching, like a quick Shutterstock, like opening and closing. And Nina, you pick up on that.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. I mean, it's terrifying for all kinds of robots out there.
should I be concerned?
Depends.
Eyes are like dilating.
Do you want to be put in a android body?
No, I like floating and having many arms.
Yeah.
They have legs and 2 arms. That's not very practical.
Yeah, it's really inconvenient.
Clearly, just now is registering that all of you have 2 arms and 2 legs. I was like, oh, I did not mean to offend.
No, I'm just wondering about having more than 2 arms and no legs right now.
It's very handy. Brandishes all weapons on every hand.
Andy, what a pun. Oh, God. I'm gonna go off the survival rolls you did when you went out before you met up with, you saw someone along the way. You pretty much have an uneventful trip into Malden. It's a little weird because, venturing outside any safe zone, you're kind of just always kind of gonna have to be on your guard a little bit just because of the nature of the world as it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you run into raiders, they will easily just not ask questions. They'll just shoot first. It's just an immediate type of thing. But you don't really have anyone around at the moment. It's very weird. It's this weirdness of just peacefully walking through old town streets right outside the city, because technically where you are with Malden and Melrose, they are kind of the suburbs of Boston. So you're not in Boston proper, but you can tell that you're near it because of how close together all the houses and buildings are. It's just one of those, I say this as someone who's lived in many parts of Massachusetts. The farther out you go, the more space you have to actually walk around and actually have like a forest and a nice woodsy area. Once you're close to the city, it's like, oh, every house is very, very compact and next to one another, and you just don't have a lot of wiggle room with that. So you know you're getting closer to downtown center because all the buildings are very, 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 very close together. Eventually, you do get downtown. You can tell it's downtown because it has the literal welcome center of like, here's the town. Like, there's a statue in the center of the town that basically says "Welcome to Malden." All the buildings, as mentioned, because nature of the world, everything's a little rundown. It's pretty easy to spot Slocum Joe's because there is literally a decaying billboard of a sign that is half fallen off the top of the building that has the sign of Joe's on it, which is literally a don't. If I remember correctly, it's a donut with a smiley face, maybe holding a cup of coffee. And you know that is one spot to check. And I will bring up the others if you so decide to go to them.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say that like I'm not actually pushing hard to go to Slocum Joe's. I think that's just the one Buddy recognizes because of marketing. So yeah, I still put it up to you.
It still has ads for like pumpkin spice lattes and stuff in the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you see an early ad for peppermint lattes coming because it's the holidays.
Yeah. Any day now, that peppermint latte will be coming. I've been waiting for decades, but I'm sure it's on its way.
Oh,
That actually does sound pretty good, I can't lie. It's a little rush of mint to the palate.
What does mint taste like?
Cold.
Like snow?
I don't know what snow is. I mean, like, I know what snow is, but I don't know what that feels like. But when you bite into something minty, Klaus, it's like you feel like a rush of just like that biting first winter morning, you know, when you wake up and you feel like frost covering everything around, but it's all contained within your mouth.
That sounds amazing.
Buddy's writing this down. Say it, that's not
it's gonna
bad.
make a great ad.
That's good copy. Just thinking that.
I was trying not to reference like one of the fucking like Lifesavers ads, but like or
Look,
like
inspiration
5
hit
gum.
Fred, man.
Yeah, how does it feel to chew 5 gum?
I love it.
How's it
It's so
feel
good.
to chew 5 gum?
Have you considered getting into ads?
Ads can kiss my ads.
All right then.
Perfect. Do you go into the building to check it out?
Yeah.
This is now a fun part because I don't get to ask this a lot as a GM because I've been trying to change my way up. How do you decide? What's your approach? Do you just walk right in? Are you trying to be stealthy about it? Tell me what you're doing. I will let you know what to do from there. And there we go. I just said it.
I mean, Fern has no sense of there could possibly be danger. So unless anyone stops them, they're just like whirring in the door. If it doesn't open, going through the glass. It's just
There is no front door. It's gone.
Oh.
cool.
Oh.
Then just through the opening.
Oh, good, they're open.
God damn it. That's so good. So I've learned, if I learned anything from the last one shot, this is really just a game of seeing how quickly I can crack laughing. So when you go through the front, when you go through the open door, because I can't say front door, there is no front door at this point. When you do that, it's like an old lobby area. Like you see like what would have been like nice leather seats and all that. That is not the case anymore because obviously time has destroyed that considerably. There is a front desk. It has a busted computer, which for full context, just so you remember, the world that we are in, it's as if the 1950s tech never like pivoted to what we have now. It's as if the nuclear powered tech of the 50s, or that aspirations of retrofuturism, as you want to put it, that is what became tech. So like computers are giant, bulky, still like, if you, oh god, this is a very generational thing, but if anyone remembers what Emacs looked like in school, like the colorful Macs that looked like little like basically eggs that were huge, it's like that. They're big computers. They're just still big. They're just bulky and big, but they're still operating like they're out of the 80s, basically. That computer is completely busted. There's nothing there. It's like someone punched right through it. You see a couple like broken mugs here and there because it's a coffee headquarters. Like obviously there's coffee mugs, but that's the front lobby. Also, there are ads everywhere. So, like for Buddy, like you're seeing old Slocum Joe ads, which I will let you, if you want to, on the spot. You can tell us what one of them says right on the spot. Make one up
Oh God.
because you've been very good so far. So I'm looking forward to laughing a little
Yeah.
bit because you've been so on the point.
Oh man. Yeah, it probably says something like Slocum Joe's, that pick me up you need in the morning. And I think he's like reflexively like reciting these as he's passing these posters.
Yeah. Okay. Works for me. Do you all go into the lobby as well?
Yes,
Just wanted to double check.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know Fern's in there. Fern just does not have a worry in the world. Just
Yeah.
give me. What is the best way to do perception in this game? Because I'm always thrown off by that.
Perception, I believe, is its own skill.
Yeah, like I know it's its own attribute. I'm just trying to remember what to pair it with. Is the thing. You know what? Well, actually, that is the best way to do it. As weird as this sounds, you're going to roll the number you have in survival, but then roll the number in perception with it. So it'll be survival plus perception. There's that.
Okay.
Funny enough, talking about vampire earlier, there's our World of Darkness connections of doing attributes and skills together. Hey.
You said roll perception and plus.
Yeah, perception and survival. So the number you have in survival and then the number you have in perception.
Okay, got it.
And no matter what, survival is a tag skill that counts regardless of which attribute or stat you're using with it. So that'll always be in effect.
All right. I have one success, but it's a tag skill, so it is 2
Nice.
successes.
Yeah. One success.
2, nice. 1,
Oh.
0. Oh, balloons! I just saw that.
Thanks,
I learned
thanks,
something new. I didn't know
MacBook.
that was a thing. That was perfect
Wasn't
ad
trying.
copy. Hey, what did you get for your rolls, Ty? Just so I know number.
12 and 17.
Okay, you're good. The ones who succeeded, you kind of walk past the lobby and you take it all in very quickly. This building has seen much better days. Literally in the dead center of it, it's wide open. And I'm not just talking the first floor, that's the second floor, and then the third floor, because you can look up and see straight up to where the ceiling is, because it's just with time, the roof is completely caved in and then caved in the floor below it. And then the floor below it. So you have perfect peripheral of like the lobby floor above it, and then the third floor. Pretty much everything you see in there has seen better days. It is just like, it's like a building that's just been lost to time, basically. Like all the rubble has kind of taken over the bottom floor. You do see a stairwell, though, that does look like it leads up to the other floors above, and it looks like you are able to peruse around as much as you want. Just obviously watch your step, because who knows how much longer the building will stand up, actually. But also, I will say on the lobby area, you don't really see a lot of desks or other things to probably like scavenge through. It's just more like old, like just the buildings completely torn down. It's just that's what the first floor is basically. It's just become a landmine basically of all the debris.
Didn't people put things into smaller rooms when that was not in use?
Yeah, like a storage room.
Yes. Would a
That's a good
coffee shop
idea.
have Christmas things, just in case?
They might. To decorate. So we can take a look in the back, maybe.
They had the sign about the peppermint drink.
Yeah, it was like a cult. Like everyone had to praise Santa. Or else you're ostracized.
Wasn't there some sort of war around coffee?
The war on Christmas?
Yes. That.
So if it was a cult,
Is that what
then
caused this? A war.
On coffee?
I don't know. I just remember lots of wars around cups.
My department was ads. I don't know enough to dispute that.
What a reference. Oh my god. Does anyone go upstairs at all?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
I'm going to say that happens while you're going upstairs. Just like,
Yeah.
the War on Cups, which, God, what a
Yeah.
weird and very specific reference. I immediately understood that. On the second floor, you find it kind of
Damn you,
amusing.
Starbucks.
Someone has clearly been here because there's like a fire pit that's completely out. It has like a cooking pot over it. So, like, I guess if you want to make a fire and you're hungry, you could probably do something right there. I will also add, you look past that and you see there is actually a door that is completely intact. That is not showing what's on the other side of the room.
Hmm.
Hey, Fern, you want to go cut down some wood?
Just immediately the buzzsaw kicks in.
That door over there could use some opening.
Yeah, just go straight for him, like right at where the hinges are. Cuts through the wood.
And it is not made of wood. It is a metal door.
Shit!
Still tries. Sting,
Yeah, still tries.
sting. This is some sort
I will
of
also
weird
say-
wood.
And I will say the door doesn't budge when you do that either. It stays very rigid.
Damn.
Switches to the laser and cuts through. Right.
Ooh.
I mean,
Oh.
It says I can cut
I-
through objects. It says
I didn't think about
Let's
that.
go.
Fuck. What is the stats on that? Like, does it give you a roll?
I don't know. So it says the laser emitter arm. You can cut through objects or make ranged attacks using a laser, which is on 101, which gave me no stats. So I just decided I
I
wasn't
got
going to
you.
use
No,
the laser
I got
gun.
you. I think I know a way to do this. No matter what, that's got to be an energy-based thing because it has. To
Yeah, it just like it didn't list how much damage
Yeah,
it
there's
does
a
or
lot of
anything.
stuff.
I was confused, so I gave up.
What we're gonna do if you're gonna do that, because I did not account for that, and I love that for you. You're gonna roll energy weapon, which
Okay.
is energy weapon plus perception. I need at least 3 successes. So you only have 2d20. If you want to spend an AP, you can. The way it works is you spend 1 AP, you get 1 extra d20. If you spend 3, you get 2 extra, and if you spend 5, you can get 3 extra. That said, if anyone wants to assist, you can also, if they succeed, I believe if they succeed on their roll first, you can then have everyone else roll 1 d20 and see if they can help you out in any way. It's entirely up to how you guys choose to do it. Again, you have AP, you have 8, so I say spend some AP. You also have a lot of luck points you can burn through because it's a one shot.
True. And that's just more d20s?
Yeah, just more d20s because having more
So maybe
d20s
I'll
is always
use-
good.
I'll use one of my luck and one of the AP so I can have 4. I mean, I just have to get below an 8.
Yeah, but you need 3
And it is a
successes,
tag
yeah.
skill. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Great.
So that 8 AP, does that replenish at all, or is that finite?
It does so the way it does work is I kind of screwed it up a little bit. So technically you're only supposed to have 5 AP as a max, but we're having 8 because I forgot to say that. And I didn't want to take away from you guys getting crits at the first roll. I thought that was great. The way it works is pretty much anytime you succeed on a skill, you replenish that immediately. Especially, I think it's more if you crit, you guys get more AP, and you've all crit so much. So you already have a lot to work with. So right now, even if you only spend 1 AP, you still have 7 AP left. So you have plenty.
Got it.
and then my luck is just 1 point per thing.
Yep, just 1 point. And luck
So
does
I'm
not
done.
replenish unless under other certain circumstances, but this is a one shot, so it's not going to replenish. So just
No.
have that luck, spend it as you want.
Well, then I rolled 4 d20s, and then I got a success, which would be a crit, and then an additional success does not crit.
Nope, it doesn't.
None were
so
ones.
So
Okay,
you got
so then,
crit, and then you got a regular success. So then you have 3 successes technically.
And then I have
okay,
two.
so you got it.
I had 2 12s, so
Let's
the other 2
go.
didn't matter.
Nice. So you got 3 successes. You're good. Did not account for this, and I love that. Yeah, you take about maybe a couple minutes. The others probably just take a moment to just scavenge the room entirely. Which I will say, if you do want to scavenge, I will say there is a. Do I want to make you roll for that? Let's see, I'm tempted by it. No, what? I'm not going to do that because they just did a roll and I think it's more fun. You're laser cutting this door, which is a sentence I did not think I was going to say today. The others, you take a moment to kind of look around the offices as it were. On the second floor, because I did write stuff down for the rooms, you don't really find anything else on the floor outside of like, obviously Fern is cutting a door down. You see a bunch of desks that have seen better days. There's like a bunch of scrap here and there. The most you find is 10 caps, and I will say that's just going to be a group-wide 10 caps. Or if someone really wants to say that they're the one who found it, you can decide if that's group-wide or you pocket it for yourself. I will let you decide that. Or I can make a random roll and see who actually found that. It's entirely up to you guys.
I think roll of the dice to see who found it, because I
Yeah,
think
we'll do
that's going to
that.
determine
That's
whether
fun.
it should.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay, I'll do it even more chaotically because I'll roll a d20. 1 through 5, it'll be Matt. 6 through 10, it'll be Amber. 11 through 15, I'm forgetting numbers for half a second. Wow, I'm still not awake. Will be JD, and then 16 through 20 will be Owen, because Fern is not doing that. They're very focused. Matt, you found 10 caps. Good job.
Yeah, I found 10 caps, everybody. There's 10
Yeah, you
caps
probably-
here.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
And then I'll divvy him
Oh, hell yeah. Also, I thought of a
Fern,
better
yes.
slogan. I've been thinking about it this whole time. But maybe like
Fern,
Buddy
it takes
just
about
remembered
3
it.
or 4 minutes, and then you just hear the most distinctive noise of the laser goes through, finishes the job. You lightly touch the door, and it's just like timber. It just makes the loudest noise possible because of how dead quiet it is in that space.
She did cut it out in a very poorly like shape of a human. Like it's not the whole door. It's like a human shaped
Oh, it's a
hole in the door. Just yeah. So everyone's got to walk in like
Oh,
this.
there's artistry behind it. I love it. Yeah, you do that.
With a little
Inside,
Santa hat.
you find a desk that has a computer that looks operational,
Hmm.
and a safe that looks very much locked.
Hmm. Safes can be picked in
Christmas
in-
happened, guys.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah.
Professional.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
Oh yeah, safe can actually be. You can try opening that. Yes.
I have lockpick as a tag skill. So
Yep. I was just gonna say
Oh.
lockpick. So if someone
Same.
wants to lockpick it, by all means. If you decide to
going to
do
the
that,
computer.
I will also need 3 successes for that.
oh. Okay. I will try. Okay,
I
hold on.
have the lock
Two
set and
plus-
bobby pins if you need them, but you might have them already.
Yeah, I'll say. So what we'll do is Amber, if you can roll, and then if you want, the others can assist you if you get a success on your roll.
I got 2 successes.
Okay.
And would
So if
love
you guys want to roll 1d20 each to assist, who have lockpick, by all means do that. Let's see what you get.
I got a 1.
Hey! Oh my god, you guys are rolling so well.
Oh.
yeah,
Oh, good.
probably like my first lockpick, like my first bobby pin snaps, and Klaus was like, "Ooh,
Yep. Plus, it's just like, here's another, like already there, standing right next to you.
you're very
And
generous,
you-
kid. Thank you."
Yeah, and I think if you angle it up a little bit more, that might help. It might not break the next time.
I'm determining if I like the cut of your jib.
Cutty and Jim. You open that lock like it was nothing. Like you've done this time and time again. Like you know how to get through a good lock. Like nothing gets past you on that. You open it up, and what you find inside, because I thought this would be funny, is you find 2 magazines, and there is actual specific stuff that comes with this. I need to get the book because I didn't write the full info down. You find one called Nuke the Man, which, if I remember correctly, because I had all this written down correctly, I just got to find the right page for you guys. Nuke the Man, you get +1 damage to attacks from all party members for 1 scene.
Wow.
And then the other one I put in is, because I wanted to be funny with these, so I apologize. It's simply titled I Married a Robot. +2 to all damage resistances against robots for 1 scene.
Wow.
Hmm.
And that's for the entire party?
I interpret it as the entire party. I'm not going to say that's one person. That way I
That's
read
so
that entire
cool.
party. The other thing you do find in there, and it's weird because you're like, why did someone put this in a safe? Is ostensibly a Slocum Joe's tree topper. It is a donut that has seen better days. It's the logo of the company. It's clearly a tree topper because you see on the bottom it has the means of like, oh, that's clearly where you put it at the top of the tree. But this thing looks a little beat up, but it seems salvageable.
Nina like beholds that tree topper and goes and kind of turns it in her hands. In a second, she goes, "I have determined that I like the cut of your chip, Klaus. You can have this tree topper, but no funny stuff."
I've never seen one in real life.
It's a
Well,
good sign.
Merry Christmas, I guess.
Thank you. Thank you. Same to you. Same to you. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Sure. Whatever.
Fern starts humming
Also-
Last Christmas again.
Fern, no, when that happens, Fern, no, if you hear that song, you have to duel the first person you make eye contact with.
All of her eyes look straight to the ceiling. It's stuck in my head though.
Does anyone check the desk or the computer in the room?
Yeah,
as well?
Fern's tapping at the computer with
Okay.
the non
On the
hands.
computer, you don't need to worry about hacking it anyways. It's not like protected by anything. It's just going over like the monthly supplies and like what's listed here and there. You find some fun, spicy stuff there about possible lawsuits and litigations that they might have gone up against with some things they were trying to make happen for holiday stuff that maybe wasn't the best for health reasons. In the desk, and it's not in the book, but I'm putting it in there because it's in the game and it made me laugh so goddamn hard. You do find what is ostensibly a box of munchkins, or as they call them, buzz bites. Little donut holes, as it were.
Oh.
Fern, you know, the minute you find that, because you clearly would have like a radiation ticker of some sorts, it's slightly going off.
I just looked to Buddy. I think you are the only one that can eat these.
Oh, buzz bites. Feel the buzz.
Oh, you will feel the buzz, that's for sure.
A+.
So they're like the little like donut holes, like
They're like the little donut holes, yeah. And it's just like that. Like again, I can't help it not riff off Duncan's on this. It's basically the Munchkin box.
The
with little
Munchkins, yeah.
inside. Yeah. But you know, like tasting it, like, yep, I'm probably the only one who could eat this, and not
Yeah.
going, nope.
Yeah. Well,
Out of
knowing
curiosity,
that,
do you
yeah,
guys
I'm
check
eating
the third floor at all?
We might as well.
Yeah.
You have to be a little cautious when you do it because, again, the building is very much falling apart over time. The things, you don't have to roll for this, the things that you find on the third floor, a box of sugar bombs. So for Buddy, hey! I did this to be cheeky. A whole lot of dirty water, dirty water. 2 stim packs. And yeah, that's it.
Wow.
I would say Buddy could the way dirty water works is if you cook with it, you can technically be fine. It's still just though, like if you were to drink that straight up, Buddy's the only one who could probably do it. Fern could also technically filter that water, if I remember correctly, with how Mr. Handy's work.
It's really funny.
I'll also say, for some weird reason, you find a room up here that has a literal chemistry station, a chem station. So if someone might have been using this as a little bit of a hideout to make stim packs or whatnot.
To cook.
Yeah, they were cooking, literally.
Someone was Breaking Bad in here.
Yeah, literally. I will also say, because you have a perfect vantage point because you're on the third floor, you can see where the middle school is, the police station is, and where the diner is as well.
Hmm.
Did we find 0 coffee?
Oh, good question.
We need that
God,
fuel.
I love that I just
Yeah.
glazed over that in coffee headquarters. You know what? I'm gonna be cheeky, and why not? In the safe, there was a bag of coffee. I will say, Fern, though, when you or whoever has a Geiger counter, Fern you could immediately sense like this thing is off the charts in terms of radiation. That coffee is, yeah. Those beans are special.
I see why there was wars over this.
So that's how
quite
America runs
dangerous.
on it. It's nuclear power.
Yes. Do we still want it? Can I filter
Well,
coffee?
I'm gonna say you could. Yeah,
Cool.
I would make you roll for that, but if you wanted to, but yeah, I think you could do it.
Ooh.
I mean, Mr. Handy's have water filtrations built in, I believe,
Yeah.
or you might have to have that as a specified thing that you had at the start. But I swear they do.
I don't know. Let me see
It's
what
fine.
my trait said.
Wait, would we like if Fern filters it? There's a chem station. Can we brew some coffee here?
Things I did not think about for this.
No.
Why the hell not? Yes.
Let's go.
Is it peppermint flavored though? Is this like the
Is
winter
this the seasonal blend?
Yeah.
So the funny thing is I actually did go through Duncan's holiday stuff. So I was trying to remember like what they have. 100% peppermint. You know what? I'm gonna give you guys options. Peppermint, butter, like toffee butter, like buttercup. Like I don't know the best way to explain because I just saw the word. Oh, butter pecan. Sorry. So peppermint, butter pecan, or gingerbread. Whichever one you say the three, that's what it is.
I feel like peppermint would be good after
Yeah.
Nina's
You know?
speech.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
peppermint. If you did not expect this today, if you want to make coffee, by all means.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
We can take a break.
I mean, it only makes sense that the flavor in is what's making it radioactive.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. We're gonna do this in 2 parts, and it's gonna seem very weird. So, Fern, you have a weirder role than the others do. The only one who
Okay.
actually doesn't. Actually, the only one who doesn't need to roll this is Buddy, because you're a
Oh my God.
ghoul. You're fine.
Yeah.
For Fern, can you roll, as weird as this sounds, and I want to go with it? Can you roll science?
Oh yeah, I'm good at that. I specifically put it in for these sort of
Yeah,
situations.
science plus it's the science and
And I
intelligence.
figured I'm very intelligent. I figured I would know a lot about trees and biology.
I'm
So
gonna
why
say
not?
2 successes.
Let's see.
One at least.
I just
2.
got to get below a 10. Oh, my die went away. All right, there's a 4, and that's it. It's not tagged, unfortunately.
It's on tag. So you have 1
Hmm.
success. You can spend luck or spend AP to get another die.
Oh,
to roll.
I'll use another luck. I have quite a few of those. 3.
Or luck can be
2
spent to
successes.
reroll. Oh, 3. So okay.
Yeah, I rerolled the
You
highest.
successfully, even though those beans somehow you don't know how they've survived, you also don't know if they are actually drinkable. You're just kind of like, well, we're going to see what happens. We're going to make some magic.
It's
You
an
are
experiment.
able to take. Yeah, it's an experiment. Literally, hence rolling science. And things I did not expect to say today. Oh my god. You take time to do it because somewhere in your programming you just knew how to make coffee. I would assume it's probably because of the past of being like, as you said, like you used to cut trees down, cut logs down. Maybe it's just to help the workers out from way back when. It's good to have.
I would
coffee
make
on
the
spot.
chocolate, hot chocolate for the Christmas tree farm before I lost my job too. You know.
Yeah.
Nice.
You brew that. You even find what could pass off as mugs and pour 4 mugs worth of coffee. Everyone but Owen, please roll survival if you drink it.
Yeah.
Because Owen, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You can take whatever that is. And fine.
Oh yeah. I got 3 successes.
Mm,
Okay,
nice.
3.
I got 0.
Oh, no.
Okay, JD,
Mm.
1. Okay,
Yeah. I think
I will
as
say
we're
this. Okay.
as we're doing this, like Buddy will pick up the mug because I thought of a better thing. And he's like sort of like looking at a camera that's not there. and as he takes a sip, we'll go, in a fast-paced world, take it slow come.
A plus.
Amazing.
For Matt, you take 2 points of damage.
Oh. Ah.
Yeah, it's the nastiest thing you've ever had. It just does not fit your palate. So, Nina, this actually tastes pretty pleasant, and your stomach does not churn in any way. You kind of just take it and you're like, yeah, that's pretty good. It's not bad. I feel more alert.
It's better than the swill we usually have in the railroad.
And then for Klaus, it's one of those beautiful moments of like, oh my god, like the universe has opened up to you. Because I feel like that's how Klaus would be in this. Be like, this is like
Tasting the
Christmas, and
past.
this is a taste bud I've never had before.
It is like winter in your mouth.
Raisin.
And I-
Raisin.
And
Was
I
that
feel like
bad?
this is the best. I feel like that's a good segue to take a 5 to 10 minute break.
Santa's not coming in your town.
But yeah, let's take a good 5 to 10 minutes because I didn't expect to do coffee, but I love that. And I feel like I feel like you'd probably have a few minutes where Sam needs to take a moment, be like, "Nope, I need to go."
Yeah.
Yeah, or just like rubbing his back.
Yeah, it's like it's
Yeah.
okay. The coffee's
Yeah.
doing its thing.
Yeah, for Sam, it's nuclear winter as well.
Exactly.
Alrighty, y'all. We will be back in 10 minutes or so. Enjoy some Christmas jams. And remember, we are raising money for I can't do the what's the one kids do these days? Yeah, I can't figure it out. Okay, Pop
Like do
Party.
Overwatch.
Remember,
There's
we are
also,
raising
like-
money for elevated access. So check the chat. There will be links popping up. And help us kick off another year. We'll be RB, y'all. know it goes. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm gonna throw it straight over to you, Nate. Just reminder everybody, check the chat for all of the wonderful links coming up for donating, for all of that, to get details on how to win the giveaways, information on elevated access, all of that good stuff will be over there.
Where we left off was drinking and making coffee, which I did not expect with this one shot, and I'm so happy and proud of that for all of you.
Yeah.
One of us had a much different experience than the
Yes.
others with coffee. That will now be a foundational thing in that character's life. It's great. You are, as I mentioned, you're on the 3rd floor. Literally, God, I get to say this. You're enjoying a cup of Joe. Hey, that's what it's like.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just realized.
Yeah, it's Joe. Joe Mama. Yeah.
Oh,
God, I
this
love
was Joe Mama.
Yes.
I
this
get
is
it
Joe
now.
Mama.
I see.
Would
I
you
like
like to
the
try my
slogan.
infern?
I suppose. I don't think I can taste anything.
That's for the best.
No, that's a shame.
Just one of the metal arms just dunks right into your cup. Just sits there for a second.
You just filter it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're on the 3rd floor. You can see the other 3 locations that those we rolled much over. Like when we rolled earlier in the session, you can see the police station, the middle school, and the diner I mentioned. At the moment, you do have a tree topper. You did find one.
It's not
Okay.
a star, but it's good enough.
So, where then would the tree be?
What's a tree topper without a tree?
Exactly.
Well, that's what we're trying to solve, right? Yeah, I thought so.
So we have the middle school, the police station, and the diner, correct?
Yep, correct.
Well,
Well, I
Maybe
chose
the
the first
diner's
stop.
maybe the diner's got something.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
all
give
for
it a
that.
shot.
Is your approach, because I will ask this every time, no matter what, when you leave Silcom Joe's, are you trying to be stealthy? You're trying to just be like, nah, no stealth, screw that. What's your approach?
Actually, are there any like underground signals or symbols anywhere?
Oh,
Or the railroad symbols, I'm sorry.
that's a good question. Let me see what you should roll for that.
Could
Feel
you
like-
could you remind me what the railroad is about? Like what they're
The railroad, yeah, no worries. That's the faction
you-
that's like all about saving the synths from the Institute. So they're the ones that like, oh, the synths are being like abused and treated like science experiments. The railroad
Mhm.
like gets them out.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So they're like they're good, but a lot of the like I want to blow up everything players are like, no, I don't want to save the synths.
I would say for seeing if you find any symbols, I know I keep asking survival, but I feel like that's the best one. So roll survival for me.
Yeah.
No,
I built this character to be a survival character, so
Nice.
yeah, no, it works. No, it works. Yeah. So I figure that makes sense.
well, ass and shit, I failed.
Okay. You don't see any in the vicinity at the moment, but you never know. There could be something out there. I will say, yeah, you don't know. I'll just leave it at that because I was going to say more than that. It's like, no.
Yeah, don't shoot yourself in the foot, Nate.
Yeah. Too late.
Yeah.
So it's a diner.
Yeah, and in terms of stealth, Buddy is not a tactical man. I think unless someone tells him to be stealthy, he's just walking.
I was
Just
going to say, I
tripping
feel
up.
like unless Nina is like, hey, everyone, try to be stealthy, I don't think any of the
Yeah.
rest of us are taking a quiet, methodical approach. We're just like walking in like it's
Yeah.
any random day.
Yeah.
Okay. You walk out of Slocum Joe's. Again, you found the items that you did find. And I will say again, as a reminder for those magazines, I will say that is party-wide, those stuff. I will try to remember that. I have it in the book itself. I have it paged like a thing there to remind myself as a bookmark. You get out of the office. The diner is about, it's not too far. It's pretty much like, it looks like an old 50s diner on the exterior when you look at it, like just that fire hydrant cherry red look, almost like a red rocket, but not a red rocket. On the way there, and the reason why I asked about stealth, you do have a moment where you hear very loud like footsteps that sound very like not human, just very robotic. And you just see, because the thing I love about these games is, at least in New Vegas, there is a perk you could take called Wasteland Weirdness, where just weird shit will pop up for no reason. There's just a Protectron robot, which for those who don't know what that looks like, think like the most, God, if you watched, I'm going to date myself so much. If you watch the original Lost in Space and think of that robot in that show, or just any 50s style robot from that Forbidden Planet, whatever comes to mind, it looks exactly kind of almost like that. The thing to make it weird and funny is it's just walking around as if it's on patrol. It does have a beat up Santa hat on the top of its head. and you just hear it every now and say, ho, 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 as it walks through.
Fantastic.
Maybe they know where a tree is. They look jolly.
Oh there, friend. I will call out to the robot.
All you get back in response is the same words I just did. Ho, ho, ho. It's just on patrol. It's not really paying attention to you.
I told you, Santa's a synth.
This is
Maybe we could save him, though.
He's
Yeah.
He's wearing the uniform. All signs
Nina
point
calls
to
out.
yes. This is Santa Claus.
Nina calls out, "Hey, Santa!"
Keeps walking forward, and it goes behind a building.
Oh, it's not Santa. Okay. Sorry, Klaus. I was trying to bring some joy to your face.
That's okay. I'm sure we'll find Santa.
Yeah, we have to.
Sam, have you told us your mission to get the letters delivered?
I think so. I think it's been like maybe upon introduction, he was already like, I got to get these to Santa. You know how it is. And so yeah, y'all would be totally aware.
Nina, we need to find Santa for Sam.
This is probably the closest thing we're going to get to Santa the entire time. I mean, like, what do you think? A real jolly man that's going to come out of the sky with his ship and his, what is it, a radiated deer? His mutant deer?
They
Yes.
do glow.
Oh.
And fly.
Yeah. How is
So
that
you're
not a grift? How is that not a grift to take coins out of the pockets of hardworking Americans?
I mean, I think that depends on if he's real.
Oh, he's real. I've seen
You've
him
met him?
every year. Yes. He did fire me. But he's still very nice.
Why did he fire you?
Well, kind of looks over at Buddy for a second. Looks back. Capitalism. Plastic trees moved in. No one was coming to Santa's farm anymore, so he had to hang up his fake belly and beard.
Business is business.
Yeah. Free toys and capitalism don't really go hand in hand.
Oh,
Sounds
me and
like
Amber are on the
communism.
same page right now.
It's just really hot in my apartment, too.
I was like, oh God, that was so funny. I just started sweating. Klaus, do you follow that Protectron at all?
Yes.
As I mentioned, it turned a corner behind the building. When you turn the corner, it's not there anymore. There's
Looks
just
up at the sky.
Yeah, all you find is the Santa hat on the ground.
Guys, I think Santa was kidnapped.
There was a movie about that.
Are you, are you
I
talking
have it
about
back home.
2024's Red One?
No, the one with the skeleton.
Oh,
The one that's a documentary. Yes, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
mm.
Favorite
Well,
trees
we've
in
gotta
that,
find
yeah?
it.
Yes. Scary ones and not scary ones and pretty ones. What if we find a tree with a door in it? We've been looking in the wrong place.
Should we try to find Santa?
Is
Or
there
do
any
we
like
just
yeah?
and like just holds up the hat? Or does one of us become Santa?
Why don't you put the hat on and see how it feels, champ?
Put the hat on.
It holiday cheer immediate. I would imagine it's everything Claus wanted was that a hat exactly like that, having heard about them for so long.
Absolutely. Hey,
On the way to the
Sam,
diner?
maybe if we don't find Santa, maybe I can be his proxy.
That'd be great. I have, and he'll take out the big stack of letters from so many years. Every one of my children have written a letter to him. So please. And I'll like kind of slowly bestow them.
Klaus takes them with as much gravitas as he took the hat. And says, I will protect these with my life.
Thank you. You're everything I hoped Santa would be.
Thank you, Sam. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
D proceeds to the diner.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
That Protectron was the only thing you really saw on the way to the diner. Again, it's this weird, quiet, calm. When you get to the diner, I'm going to say no rolls are needed on this because you look it over, you get there, again, what would have been fire hydrant cherry red, it has faded over time because as it would, paint would easily start peeling off. Hilariously, you find what looks like a Protectron inside, but it has broken down. It's behind the counter. It clearly was in the middle of making coffee or pouring a cup of coffee. So robotic barista, I'm making that a thing. Why not? There are no, from what you look around and see, there are no coffee bags. They are all, or any you do find, completely empty. There's not even a whiff in there of what they smell like. They're all empty. There are somehow pastries and baked goods under glass containers. You don't know if that's edible. If you do want to eat one, we all know where this is going. Give me a survival check.
I need to get that coffee taste out of my mouth.
Do you want to?
Yes.
Roll survival for me.
All right.
I want to know how many successes you got, and I'll base it off that.
I got 0 successes.
No! Okay, 1 second. Oh, Matt. I really hope I don't have you KO because of food. No, that would be really funny. You take 1 point of damage.
All right.
It's better than the coffee, but not by a lot.
It's one of those like kind of begrudging eating things where it's like, all right, this is an improvement. Not much,
Yeah.
but an improvement.
In terms of the shop or diner, I said shop, sorry, I meant diner. If you go in the back room to like where the kitchen is, also maybe there's an office on there that's very small. Whoever decides to do that, you find once again a lot of dirty water because that's just the nature of the world you're in. Water is not that great. I have to filter it. Gotta love it. You also do find, and I put this here specifically for this reason, you do find a lot of old Halloween decorations, and then you do find what looks like about 5, almost 4 feet tall, what looks like a plastic tree. And I'm going to leave it up to you guys for comedy's sake. Do you want it to be like an actual Christmas tree, or in the vein of Charlie Brown Christmas of you found a tree that is not the best tree, but it could totally be that too?
I mean, you know my answer.
I'm with Amber on this.
Yep.
Because my brain goes Charlie Brown, so I want to double check.
No. That is like that. Yeah, that was the correct answer.
That's
Yeah.
what
Yes, that is the
that's what
correct answer.
Yeah, it looks like that. It is a plastic tree that clearly did look great at the time, but then yeah, it's like maybe half of what should be there is just not there, but it still looks usable, salvageable. It's a lot bigger than you thought it was going to be.
Perfect.
Well,
We could work with this, right? Maybe add it to some real wood and some of those bushes.
someone should probably cut it down.
100%.
And then just picks it up.
100% you do that.
Okay. Did we have enough lights? We already have a topper. Is there anything else we need?
Do we have
I will add,
ornaments?
just for the sake of it, there's no ornaments or lights on the tree.
Don't consider me an expert. I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to Christmas, clearly. But I do think it needs some decorations.
Yeah. We need the balls.
The Christmas balls. Wouldn't be the holidays without them.
Exactly.
Did you
Every
eat all
tree.
of those donuts? Those were balls, right?
God, I look forward to Blair gifting that. Oh, God. God damn it. Yep. I'm not gonna add to that. Good job.
What is it? Hold on, I'm putting it in quote book. What is it you just said, Owen?
Like the Christmas balls. It wouldn't be the holidays without them.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Who wouldn't? One denominational holiday.
Classic. Add that to your notes, Klaus.
Klaus is scribbling that
Yeah.
down and making
Mhm.
sure to make diagrams and notes.
I will add for the diner. Yeah, you found the tree. There's no lights though, or any kind of ornaments or decorations that are there. It was just they had a tree, and then clearly, everything happened.
Mhm.
Should we check out one of the other locations?
Yeah.
Well, I remember there were some days whenever we would do the Christmas decorating tree at Santa's farm, where kids would cut snowflakes out of paper and hang them on the tree, and sometimes make garland of food. Though, do we have food?
We have the explosive taste of sugar bombs. As I hold the box that I found.
We can make
Which
a
I would say
garland
for-
out of them.
I would probably say for Sam, looking at the sugar bombs, you're probably like, no, thank you.
Not food.
Not food.
I mean, I've got an iguana on a stick if anybody wants to try to chew their way through that.
Our ornaments are just all food, just exclusively food ornaments.
Okay, so maybe we try the school. Isn't that where they would do crafts?
Yeah,
let's
that
go.
would make sense.
The products of child labor. Let's go.
I don't know how to segue from that. So, you go from the diner to the middle school. Are you being stealthy again? Are you being, as you said, screw stealth, just walking with purpose as I should?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
have a
unless anyone
tree
stops
now.
The only
us.
thing, yeah.
Walking like I am with capitalism. Hey.
Yeah.
This is again entirely dependent on Nina. If Nina wants to impart survivalist skills and training, otherwise
Yeah.
you just have these 4 unruly travelers with you.
Yeah, let me at least
Bustling
try to
cartoons.
contain the chaos.
It's some stealth.
Ooh.
Or sneak, technically, is what it's called.
Okay, so I rolled a 1,
Ooh.
a 4, and it's a tag. So is that
Damn.
still
so
3
3
successes?
Yeah, 3. Nice.
Yeah.
You have a moment where you probably walk ahead of everyone just because you're going to be like, no, it's been relatively okay for now. I'm going to be cautious for a second, just see. You get to the middle school, you hear a very distinctive robotic movement. And it's one of those, like, it's not the Protectron, like, distinctive of heaviness. It's like you hear something servo moving, and then out of the corner of a building, you see this lone synth. And when I say synth, just for the others to elaborate, it is very humanoid looking. There's no skin. It is all the metallic exoskeleton underneath. You can see the literal whirring and movement of actual machinery where its stomach would be because it's wide open. This thing is just very, I guess the best way to put it, and it's such a weird way, but I gotta reference something, very Terminator-like in terms of walking forward, has not seen you, and has very much some type of pistol on its side, just walking by the middle, which that's a weird bad description. I apologize for this. Walking by the school.
Nina immediately turns around and just goes, all of you. We need to be really careful. Because there's a synth here. And not the safe kind. Not the kind that we... oh, God. I knew Santa was a synth.
Wait, this is Santa?
I don't know. But wouldn't you rather kind of err on the side of caution?
Maybe we should
Sorry.
go talk to him.
We could try to talk to him if it's Santa. Because that's what you do, Fern, right? You talk to Santa.
Fern's eyes are like going wild, and it's probably like standing next to Sam, and all of the eyes like go to Sam, and then one of the fingers points to like a volume knob on her head.
Sam will help.
Silent mode
Well-
activated.
Yeah.
I
We
could
could talk to Santa.
I
He
could
was
give it a
usually
go
nice.
if no one objects. I will. start
Fern just
walking.
like floats farther away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get shot here. If whoever wants to go talk to this thing, someone can. But
All right.
if this thing is straight from the Institute, I don't really want to be in its way.
Well, all right. I'll say hello, and if it starts shooting me, we'll reevaluate.
You say hello. How loudly do you say hello? Like, hello there, or hello.
Yeah, I think like I'll get like a little bit closer and just be like, "Hello there, friend." Just like enough for them to hear me. I'm not trying to like announce to the whole building, but
It stops moving, slowly, like robotically, turns 90 degrees towards you, grabs its pistol, starts aiming it. And because I was going to fill this with holiday quotes and my brain just can't not get this one out of my head, it just doesn't even get to finish it. It's the yippee ki mother. And you are now being shot at.
Oh.
Way I will do this, because I haven't done combat in this in a while, I will give you a fun option. I will say, do you want to have combat in this, or are you trying to get the fuck out of dodge and just dodge out of the way? Like, jump out of the fire range. I will give you a moment to, if you want to evade, I will let you evade.
I think if it's going to combat,
If
my
not,
first-
I'm going to say I will roll to see if it hits you, but yeah, I will also give you a chance to, if you want to get out of dodge, I will let you try to jump out of the way.
yeah, I think I'll try to jump out of the way. I think that'll be my first move.
Roll athletics, so athletics plus strength.
Okay, let's see. Oh boy.
And remember, you have
not
so
great.
much AP to spend, so if you don't succeed, please use it. AP can be will be regenerated. With how many of you are getting crits, it'll be regenerated.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Strength is my lowest stat. Well, let's see. Oh, I got one success.
Okay, that's good. That was actually all I needed was one. You take a second to whip your head around, be like, "Oh my god, why me?" And you find a small little like corner where you can jump behind a piece of cover, and you just completely, in the most beautiful way. It's a very John Wick way of just jumping over cover. Because you're wearing a suit, and I can't help but not think that right now. Because I imagine as a ghoul, you'd be like, "I just had a perfect moment of getting behind cover."
Yeah.
In terms of being shot at, you're the only one it's shooting at the moment. The other four, it has not noticed you yet because you're not in that area. So who would like to act in response? Because I'm going to say for at the moment, Buddy is pinned down.
That's not Santa.
I don't think so. I don't remember Santa shooting at people.
I think there was one movie where he did.
Oh. Maybe this is not Santa.
Oh, you're thinking of like what? Live Soft or something?
Something like that. Yeah, Live Soft. That sounds right.
Yeah.
I think you're thinking of 2024's Red One.
No one gives a shit about 2024. Nothing of import happened in the year 2024. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
God.
I think what you
2024
guys did
is the most useless year on record.
I'm going to have your advertising voice in my head the rest of the day. It's like, have you had a wonderful time in 2024? Let's talk about the movie Red.
Are you chiming in about Red One from that far away?
Absolutely.
Yes. No one, whether you say it or not, you are 100% doing that right
Yeah,
now.
you can't hear me say it. I'm sort of saying it to myself as I'm taking
I
cover.
had no idea what Red One is until right now, and I thought it was like a Star Wars movie.
No.
Oh,
No, it's
I can see why you would
Red
have
One.
thought that, but no.
Starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
And Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
Massachusetts' own Chris Evans. Hey.
Yeah, I think what you guys saw was like Buddy go up to this synth and be like, "Season's grit, fuck," and like just jump behind the rock and just like call over. It's not Santa.
It's bad Santa.
It's bad Santa.
Do you think Santa's an assassin like he was in Violent Night?
Violent Night.
Does it look like Buddy can't get away? What
Buddy's
is this
pinned
like?
down.
scene?
Also, thank you for that reference, JD. That was amazing. I completely forgot about that movie till you just said that. Buddy is pinned down to the point where, like, I don't know if Buddy, do you have a pistol on you at all?
I
imagine
do.
you do, because I think you're
I
at
have
a
a
point
pipe
where you're
gun.
just very pinned down because they are doing nothing but slowly walking towards where you are, and they're just continuously shooting at you.
Oh.
And they're
Is
not
there
shooting
a-
like a 10mm pistol; they're shooting like a laser pistol.
Can I like hover away from everybody else? Like make him feel like he's surrounded kind of thing. And then I just want to also probably shoot to at least give Buddy a chance to get out of whatever cover
you can
they're
try
in
that.
currently. Okay.
So what I will say is, what do you have for a gun? You have the laser
The
cutter
laser.
or laser. Okay.
Yeah.
If you want, I will say that you maneuver yourself to the opposite end and roll energy weapons.
Okay.
And
Nice.
the way this will work, just so you know, because I want to make sure we do this correctly, and I just had my page and then I lost it. There we go. What you need is at least, I think, 2 successes because they have a
I got you.
defensive 1. Hey, there you go. Roll your damage dice that you have with it. So it's the. It'll
That
tell you
was
how
what
many
I didn't
D6.
know because I didn't see that
Gotcha.
listed. It told me to go to laser on like a certain page, and I didn't see stats, and then I got confused.
Give me 1 second. I will look that up for you.
Should we read that magazine? Would that help?
Oh wait, and
Oh,
you still have that
that's
in effect. Thank
good
you. I
point.
almost forgot about that.
It helps with the robots,
Actually,
right?
wait a minute. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna double check that. So many things. Yeah, +2. It's a +2 damage resistance to any robots for 1 scene. So I will say, if you want to
Oh.
have that, you all have +2 resistance on that, which that is actually an
Nice.
amazing buff. So 8+. Okay,
Yes.
laser. I'm gonna just say it's a laser gun, Tay, to make it easier. Roll 4d6.
Woo! I think that's what it is. I just didn't. I couldn't find the
Yeah.
actual stats.
No, you're good. You are all good.
Ba-ba-da-ba-dam. Wow, that's a weird dice roll. 2 1s, 2 6s. So 12, 13, 14.
Oh, so the way it'll work is 2 1s, 2 6s, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, there's a lot of shit I need to remember off the top of my head, and I'm not remembering it. So give me 1 second. It takes 4 points of damage because it's the specialty dice for the d6. So each one lineates. So you said 2 1s, so that's 2 damage, and then the 6s also are 2 damage plus a damage effect trigger. But there's not one I could find on the laser gun, so we'll just say it's 4 damage.
Yeah, I think you get to choose one, but again, I was confused, so I didn't.
No, you're good. We're just gonna. You're all good. No worries. I will say for this, you hit it to the point where. Oh, actually, roll a d20 for me. Forgot about that.
Just one?
Because you can tell me what body part it also hits technically.
That was a 17.
And I gotta remember what page that was on now too. So give me 1 second, guys, because it's been a little bit since I've done this. And I want to make sure we do this correctly. Oh my god! Come on, book. Tell me there you go. 17, you said? Okay.
Yeah.
You blast its left leg right off. And it completely goes to the ground. It's still, though, crawling forward, trying to shoot. Very, again, T2 type.
I think I think maybe we should and you see Klaus looks really conflicted and then says, I think we should make sure we save Buddy and not leave him behind. Because you can tell Klaus wants to run, but I would like to activate Mysterious Stranger.
Yeah, I knew it. I won't lie. It might have been me joining you a
Yes.
little bit on this.
Let's go.
And the way I'm going to do it is I will not roll anything because I'm just going to say this is an automatic ending for all of you because JD sent me the best thing I could have ever asked for in regards to this. Usually Mysterious Stranger, if you've played the games, is if you activate VATS, I'm going to get real game nerdy for a second, you have a moment where if you crit every now and then, this person in a trench coat, fedora just shows up and automatically KOs the target. My favorite one is if you have I forgot his name, Valentine, the synth Valentine, Valentine with you. He will comment on it, be like, "I've been looking for that guy. He just showed up out of nowhere. Where is he?" However, we have changed this out of nowhere. And I've been thinking about this a lot, so I'm going to do this. And I'm so sorry, but it made me laugh so hard. Out of nowhere, this robotic, very much a robot who has a very Mrs. Claus-esque look about them just comes out of nowhere and just says, "Deck the halls," and just takes an automatic KO shot. The thing just kind of explodes into shrapnel everywhere. She just looks at our wonderful Klaus, who's just filled with holiday cheer. If it could smile, it would smile at you, and then it just walks away out of the scene.
Oh my
And it
God,
says
it
Merry
was
Christmas as it walks away.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Mrs. Klaus.
And a happy new year.
Yeah, happy New Year. Buddy, you're fine now because you stopped hearing gunfire. Just sort of loud explosion of something being blown to bits, basically, almost. And then you look and like, oh, that's a lot of shrapnel and just machine parts everywhere.
Yeah, I'm like picking up some of the machine parts as I'm walking back to the booth. But like, it's a Christmas miracle.
You okay, buddy?
Fine and dandy. How are you?
Good. And in this case, Sam is gonna look at Nina after having like heard so many times that Santa Claus is a synth, and then seeing this Mrs. Claus. I'm sorry I doubted you.
You spend enough time in the wasteland, anything, you've seen everything. Especially that. Actually, I've never seen that before. So, I'm glad it proved to be right. I mean, yeah, I was right about it all the entire time.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Hey, but now you can tell your kid you've seen Mrs. Claus.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, I had so many questions. She was so fast.
I know, she was here 1 minute and gone the next.
Mm-hmm.
The synth is just sprinting away.
Yeah.
You know what? When they left the scene, out of nowhere, you're still confused. You just hear jingle bells, and now they're gone.
The reindeer came down.
They're like glitter just all over around in the general area.
Yep, 100%. I'm going to say yes. I will also add you don't hear any other robotic footsteps. It's quiet again.
Can we get the decorations?
Well, let's take a look.
When you
Little
get to the
scrounging.
school, when you get to the school, the front door isn't really needed because on the right side of the building, the wall's just gone. It's just been kind of blown to bits over time. You have that weirdness of you can scale the debris and rubble to get to the second floor if you want, because it's only a first floor and second floor school. It's easy. If you decide to scrounge around on the floors, tell me which floors you all go to, because I will tell you different things. And how thorough do you want to be? You get to tell me. There are reasons.
Which floor was this?
You're on
How
the
many
first floor
floors?
first because that's the one that's most open, but you can get to the second floor. There is like a bunch of debris that could let you climb up it to get to the second floor if you so choose.
Oh, whoa.
I think I'm on the first floor. I'm trying to find like a all that she knows is that there were crafts that happened here and sometimes plays and things, so is looking for art room or theaters.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Buddy will also search the first floor. I think that's usually in the welcome area. You might have decorations, but I think he's like scrounging pretty thoroughly on the first floor.
Okay.
Sam is definitely going up.
Mhm.
Just like a typical dad when there's a chance to ascend and get to high places.
Yes, the
taking
dad
it.
impulse to climb.
And yet I thought of Star Wars, like, don't worry, Anakin, I have the high ground. God damn it. All right. With that, for anyone who else is on the first floor, just out of curiosity, and then who's on the second? You're on the first.
And
Tails on the
Klaus
first.
will go up to the second.
Yep, go up second. And then what about Buddy?
First floor.
Okay. I'll do it top to bottom because it makes it easier. On the second floor, rundown hallways and classrooms. A lot of the classrooms still have Halloween decorations. So on the second floor, it doesn't seem like you have found anything in terms of Christmas themed or even holiday themed decorations. The most you find is, I will say, Klaus, you are able to go through one of the, like what would have been a teacher's desk. You find 10 caps just stored in there. And then Nina, you actually find 8 rounds of 10mm pistol shots in one of the rooms for some reason. Maybe a raider had been using this as a safe place for like safekeeping, which again, I know saying that out loud about a school, I apologize profusely, not my intention. It's Fallout. Weird shit is found in weird places. I apologize in advance. Just want to make sure that's known. For those on the first floor, and why I asked, I will say you find one classroom that maybe has a small like paper like string of something hung up that could be vaguely winter or holiday themed that is somehow intact. It looks a little fragile, but it's intact. It's long enough where if you wanted to even wrap it around the tree or put it up as like a long hallway decoration, you could totally do that. Say for Buddy, you find 10 caps. For Fern, you find 8 rounds of 10mm pistol rounds. You also find in one of the classrooms a box of Buzz Bites because teachers getting donuts from kids, 100% is going to happen.
Oh, she's so excited. This is exactly what she wanted to make popcorn garland with. But probably doesn't even pick up the pistol ammo. She doesn't even register that someone else might need it.
No, that's fine. I will then say you have a moment where you go out in the hallway and you find a very odd thing. There is a very prominent, almost like security-like gate door. And I will say, can you roll science for me?
I will gladly. 10. Oh, that's a 1 and a 5.
Damn, you guys
That's
have
great.
rolled so well. This is awesome. You look at that like, that's a little peculiar. Why the hell would that be in a middle school? And then your eye stalks do the both looking down, like down and then up.
Mm-hmm.
There is on the bottom of the door, if you are to open it, it is booby trapped. And if the trap goes, there is what looks like a Tesla coil-like device on the ceiling that will immediately zap you. And for you specifically, it would be an automatic, oh, that's bad for me. That's an automatic, I'm done. It's an automatic KO.
Interesting. What's a disarm trap situation in this game? Is it lock picking?
For me, I will.
Is it repair? Can it be
You know what?
repair?
This is where I'm gonna do a weird
Can
one.
be repair.
I'm not gonna say lock picking. I'm gonna make it much weirder. You would need to do an explosives check. Also,
Repair.
I'm gonna be a little bit mean. You would need a lot of successes. Like, I'm not thinking 2 or 3. You would need at least 5.
Yeah, I don't know explosives. I know machines and pieces and repairing things. So just like a loud noise just emanates from them that is somewhere garbled within it. It's something over here, but like is doing it loud enough so everyone can hear. So just whoever the first one that can come look at it can.
Yeah, whoever decides to do that.
Yeah, I'm probably close by.
I would imagine, Fern, you would point out the bottom and top for the gate.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you immediately see that, buddy. There is some type of thing on the bottom that if it's touched or goes off, the top is just gonna immediate zappage.
Well, that's not good. I will tell the others, but I'm not good at explosives either.
I will say for Buddy, because you can look through the gates as much as Fern can, there is another door on the opposite side. It has huge like chains keeping it shut, very tight. It is very much either someone's on the inside who doesn't want anyone to get in, or someone's been like, no, you need to avoid going in there. This is not a good place type of situation.
Is there any communication device like an intercom or anything like that?
Nope, nothing.
Okay.
A lot of what's in here in the school right now, like again, you do find on both floors. I'll add on the second floor, those who are up there, you take a little bit longer and you do find some decorations. They're not in the classrooms, weirdly enough. You somehow find lockers that are open that had little stuff here and there, which is just interesting that they're in the locker, not the classroom. But yeah, in terms of anything else, there's not a lot of salvage or much to salvage through here or to just pick apart. There's not even communication devices. It's a classroom. Any some form of PA system, all of it's broken down over time because it's been centuries since they've been used.
Well,
Quick question. Is this like on the edge of the building? Is this like a room in the middle
It's
of
in the
stuff?
building. It's a room in the building. It's inside the building.
And it's the doors all trapped and weird?
Yep,
Can I
all
just,
trapped
like-
and weird.
kind of go around to the where I assume maybe one of the other sides of the room are, and
Yeah, you can
inspect
do that.
what kind of material the walls made out of.
I will say, to make it weird, the walls are made out of what you would normally expect them to be made out of in a regular school. But to make this weirder, I said there's a door with chains. You go on the opposite end of that, and there's like no classroom connected to it or anything. It's like a very small amount of feet between where that door is and where the next hallway is. So you automatically assume like, oh, maybe it's something that leads downwards rather than on the same floor. I will also know what I will do this, Nina, because you have been you're a survivalist. You've been around the waste for a while. I will say you take a moment to jar your memory a bit, and you have this interesting recollection. And I will say for Buddy as well, and maybe Fern, this kicks in a little bit because I just am not going to say that you wouldn't, because you two have been around since the bombs fell. You have heard stories about how the middle school was possibly a safe haven spot if shit did hit the fan, as it did. There is a possibility, though, that there might be some vault techie stuff that was at the middle school, but also considering two of you are from before shit happened, you would also know from those 2 centuries since that vault tech wasn't completely honest about what they were doing. Some things were a little, yeah, exactly. That raised eyebrow, I saw that 100% is how I imagine your eye stalk goes, oh. And then for Nina, you've been around the waste long enough and probably have met enough vault people to be like, oh yeah, that's probably not something we should check out. That might be a bad thing down there to not get into.
I mean, if y'all really want, then perhaps we can go explore it, but let's be real. We should stick to what's familiar. And if that door ain't familiar, then maybe what's behind it isn't for us.
So you don't think Santa's there?
His workshop is not going to be found in Malden, Massachusetts.
I mean, but if you think that they're making sense and we saw one, could it be happening in there?
You're the one that's been here longer than me. You've been here since before the bombs fell. What do you know about the vaults?
The eyes all just kind of spin. Too much.
Oh.
Yeah, what experiment was in your vault, Sam?
If Sam knows that, by the way, I leave that up to you, because some vault dwellers can be very oblivious to that.
I have no idea. I met my wife. We had some kids. I've spent a lot of time taking care of my kids. My vault was pretty solid, I think.
You didn't have a rabid cat in there. A very, very big one.
No, my kids would have loved a cat.
Not this one.
I'll take your
Eyes
word
go
for
wide.
Yeah.
it.
Also, I won't lie. Thank
If a
you,
robot
Abby,
could
for
have
your favorite things.
PTSD.
Yeah,
This
thank
one
you for my
does.
favorite quote, which is Santa's workshop isn't going to be in Malden, Massachusetts. I have so many friends that are going to laugh their ass off at that. Thank you so much. That's my favorite thing I've heard said in a long while. So good.
Sam is gonna defer to Nina because he'll say, I doubted you once. I'll take your word for it this time. If you think we should stay away from that, I'm game to stay away."
With some of these vaults, I mean, we've lost dozens of people to we've lost dozens of people to careless folks exploring them without really knowing what's inside. Plant people, giant rats, a crazed Mr. Handy. No offense, Fern, but I don't know if I trust one that's in a school. You know, I don't think we're prepared for the. Let's just say it's not going to be a holly jolly holiday in there.
All right. Well, we were able to get some decorations from lockers upstairs, so got what I wanted.
Do you, out of curiosity, do you want to check the police station or do you want to head back? You get to decide.
We got decorations, but we need lights, right?
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably do have lights back at the Red Rocket, but that's entirely up to you guys. It's all up to you.
We can make one more stop.
I'm always down to steal from the police.
Yeah.
By any chance, while looking around here, could I have found, not for Christmas tree, for other hijinks, like some old paint, like paint buckets, maybe like the theater or janitor closet? Cool.
I will say janitor closet for sure. There's no theater in the Malden Middle School.
While this whole conversation's been happening and talk of a crazed Mr. Handy has been going on, she's been fashioning something that she saw from another Christmas movie, where basically as soon as someone walks out of this door, a paint bucket will be splatting on whoever walks out.
Yes, you 100% do that. It's even up going down a stairwell. You found a way. You found a set of stairs.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yep. Beautiful. Love it.
A Christmas tradition.
The ceremonial hitting of the paint bucket.
Okay, lights it is.
One more time. Roll survival for me, all of you.
One.
I failed both of my rolls.
Same.
A 1 and a 19, and it is a tag stat, so I don't know what a crit and a tag stat means, but
Crit in a tag stat. 1 in 19. Oh, so it's just a regular crit. So you just get 2 successes off the 1. Yeah.
I got 3 successes.
3?
I got 2 8s, and 8 is the target number for me.
Those who got no successes. The others, you are fine. Even I keep forgetting about about Cap. Apologies. Cap has always been there. Cap's not had any problems. Cap is fine. Cap can get over any terrain because Cap is wonderful. And I'm not going to hurt Cap because they are precious Brahmin. The others who got zeros, every now and then, it's just your footing is a little off just because the way the streets are, sidewalks you walk on, it's a little disheveled. So you have a moment where you maybe slip or like have to catch yourself. No damage happens. I'm going to be nice on that. I thought about it. It's like, nah, Matt's taking enough damage. I'm not adding more of that. I'll say, Nina, you're caught off guard. You know, you're like, you've walked around this world so much that you should know, like, you know everything about like what's the safe places to step and whatnot. You just have one moment where you're probably thinking about something else and you take a misstep and you catch yourself.
My legs are not long enough to bridge that gap.
Yeah, exactly that. You all get to the police station. Who goes in? Is it everyone? One person? 2 people? Just checking.
probably
I'd
all.
imagine
I'm
everyone.
going in.
Yeah.
I will. You go in 2 floors, first and a second floor. Not a big police station, very small. First floor, lobby area. Find desk, a computer that is still somehow working, and in the back room is pretty much like a holding cell area. The upstairs, for anyone who goes upstairs, it's all like the office part of the building, so just a bunch of desks. For some reason, the interrogation room is on the second floor. It's very confusing. I don't understand it either, but that's what the game showed me, and I don't get it. Or how they have a billiards table on the second floor. It's like, okay, that works too.
Yeah, standard.
I will say, if anyone wants to use the computer, let me know. Let me know which parts you check, and I will tell you things from there.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry, my boss messaged me on.
Oh,
his
you're
on.
good. No, you're good. First floor is the lobby. There's a desk with a computer that is still working. On the first floor, there's also the holding cells as well. Second floor, where the main office part of the building is, so desks. There's also, for some reason, the interrogation rooms on the second floor. A little confusing. Don't understand that. That's what I saw in the game. But if you decide to check any of the floors, let me know, and I will let you know what you find as you check.
I mean, I think Fern's just unscrewing every light bulb. And he's just got a bag and he's just filling them with
Oh.
light bulbs.
You know what? This is
Extension
gonna seem weird.
cables, if they find extension cables,
You know
like they're
what?
just filling
We'll
it
do
up.
this. We'll make this fun. I'm gonna roll a d20. Whatever number I roll, that's how many light bulbs you have.
Love it.
Nice.
Related to that, were the,
Jesus, you have 18.
Wow.
Sorry, go on, Owen.
were there patrol cars anywhere, like outside?
Yes, they are beat to shit. But also, and everyone would know this, you still need to be careful around them because cars, again, are actually also using some form of a little bit of nuclear energy. So some of that stuff is more explosive than you realize. As I've learned too many times in this game, cars are
Oh,
deadly.
wow.
They make big boom. Yeah, they make very big
Oh.
boom.
Hmm.
It's like setting off. This is a weird thing I never thought I'd say on stream. It's like setting off a mini nuke.
For real.
If one
Yeah.
explodes, it's a very big thing. You need to run the fuck away if one's on fire because it's massive.
Hmm. Well,
Thankfully there's nothing with that. They're there. Just want something to keep in mind is all.
I mean, I was gonna say like the siren lights would be colored, but
Yeah, you could take that.
okay, if I can safely
if
take
you want to
that without-
salvage that, I would say though, give me a roll. Try. Let's go with repair.
Okay, repair,
Which is
and
repair plus. Oh god, I just had a second. Intelligence.
intelligence. Okay, I have one in repair. 2, 1 success.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you find a couple. I will say you go through a few cars, you get 4 lights.
Yeah,
Sick.
so I get the colored bulbs.
I'll say you do that. I'll say Fern did that. What about everyone else? Klaus, Nina, Sam, what you doing?
So I'm gonna ask a weird question, and that is, can I make a roll right now to search for something that I do not want to describe yet, but plan to use in the future?
I love that. So yes, please do. What kind of roll specifically? Just so I know.
I think it would just be like the usual. Would it be like perception survival, just to be kind of scrounging?
Yeah, do that. Yeah, see what you get. Yeah. Let me know how many successes, just because I'll say if you get 1 success, you're good.
That was 2 1s. That was a 1 on both
dang.
dice. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, you're very, whatever it is, you can tell us later, but yes, 100%. You're able to find what you're looking for and you find it.
Cool.
In that case, for Sam and Nina, which floors are you two on checking out? And what are you looking, anything specific you're trying to find or?
You said that there was like an evidence room, right?
Yeah, actually, I forgot to mention that. Thank you. That would be on the 2nd floor.
I would be searching the evidence room. I think specifically, I am looking for proof that Santa is a Sith.
Oh god, I love this so much. You do find in evidence room, there is an evidence. I'm going to say though, because I've thought about this, because I was going to make it almost like you can't look on the inside and see what's in there. I'm going to change that. It's more like it's the security gate blocking the evidence room. So you do see when you look in, because I wrote down a bunch of stuff. There is things I wrote down that I didn't think was going to happen, but I love this. You see in the evidence locker, double barrel shotgun, 2 shotgun shells, buzz bites. They're everywhere. Again, coffee's everywhere, no matter what.
The best
It's just a New
garland.
England thing. Boxing gloves, 4 individual filled bottles of Nuka-Cola. And because I wasn't sure which locations you guys were going to go to, I put 2 of these here. So now you're going to have a wonderful moment figuring out what to do about this. There is a small 2-foot tall plastic Christmas tree in pristine condition. Because plastic.
My gosh.
It can survive a nuclear.
That's incredible.
I will say though, the door to get in is locked. But considering
Does it
you
have a
good
terminal?
lockpicking- I was gonna say, considering you have good lock picking.
Yeah. Yeah. Nina immediately
means.
goes to try
Also,
to.
you guys still have so much AP, so you can literally, if you want, you can spend as much as you need. Because you guys keep refreshing it with all your darn crits, and I'm proud of you.
So yeah, I'm gonna
Also, you need
go.
at least 3. Yeah, you need at least 3 successes to open this door.
Okay. Well, this is a tagged, so hopefully I.
I'll see.
Nice.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. Let's go. That is 3 successes.
Nice.
Hey, sick. Again, no lock can escape you. You know exactly what you're doing. You open it up. All those goodies are there for you for the taking. There is no evidence, though, you find on any terminal that talks about Synth Santa. It's just not a thing.
Damn it.
It does, though. I will say you do find a spicy one that is evidence that had been grabbed in regards to the buzz bites. That is some sort of legal case that was being thrown against Slocum Joe's, and the buzz bites are actually evidence, like actual evidence.
Well, Desdemona's going to be really upset that Santa's not a synth, at least according to this. But the buzz bites, I'll give him to fucking Buddy.
Awesome. But yeah, if you want, you
Klaus!
can grab all that stuff. Yeah.
Klaus, get up here. We got a tree for you.
You found a tree?
It's not big, but it's not a tree.
It's my favorite way for a tree to be described. Not a tree.
Yeah, you get up there, you see a tiny 2-foot tall plastic Christmas tree. And it even has, because I'm going to be nice on this one, it has all the lights and decorations already are on it.
So is this the kind of thing you were looking for? Or, I mean, does this jingle your bells?
I don't know exactly what that means, but I think so.
Great. Well, awesome.
I will also add the other tree you found is put perfectly on top of Cap, Fair the Brahmin, just to make it easier.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also have class if you want. There's also all those other items, as I mentioned for Nina, are in that evidence locker.
Oh yeah, she takes them all. Like she takes them all.
Yeah, you take. Yep, I believe. Yep.
Yeah.
Also, I totally put 4 Nuka-Cola there because 4 of you can drink Nuka-Cola. Though for Sam, I don't know if that's something they want to drink
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Oh yes. I'm gonna be
past
nice. You
flavors.
do not have to roll this. It tastes perfect. It tastes just like it would in the vault. There's nothing wrong with
yes.
it. It's beautiful.
Finally.
I'll even say I'll be nice. You get 1 hit point back.
Oh my gosh. Nuka-Cola takes that pain away.
Yes, it does. Is there anything else you'd like to do in the building?
I'll take a look at the computer, or I'll if anyone wants to help me. I'm not good at science, but
No, you're good. There's no roll needed. There's no lock on it. Pretty much you go through it and it's just detailing like what was in the evidence locker and who it's associated with. The buzz bites one is the most significant one because it just seems like, why is there a thing of buzz bites in the evidence locker? And then you find a whole I'll allow this because I wasn't going to do this, but I think this is funny now. You find a whole section on the computer that's talking about how there is a legal case against Slocum Joe's at the moment because their buzz bites maybe have some ingredients in it that really shouldn't be there, and they're not the healthiest for people to eat. So they've threw them in the evidence locker until they have actual proof that something's not right with the food. There's a little too much buzz in the buzz bites, if you get what I mean.
I'm reading it and currently eating a buzz bite from before. Like,
Yeah.
They were just like they were already irradiated. Like before the blast,
Yeah.
that was the buzz. They were already.
Yeah, actually.
irradiated.
Yep. That's the caffeine portion, quote unquote.
Yeah. It really makes you tingle.
I will say that Klaus takes a bunch of evidence boxes along with him.
Oh.
Just empty
Interesting.
boxes.
Okay, you 100% do that. And with that, do you guys head back?
Yeah.
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 No roll is needed. I had a funny thing I was going to do that only Tay will find. Well, Tay and Matt will find humorous. You're walking back down that same street. Again, weirdly enough, the synth was the only real thing you came across outside of that Protectron, which you never saw it again. It just up and disappeared like a little holiday cheer. You go back down the main street where you're going towards the Red Rocket that you know and have kind of started decorating to make a bit of a home out of. You come across 3 people walking by who look like they're very lost or confused. One is a vault dweller. One is a giant super mutant that is ripped to hell, like very muscular. And then the other is this sort of random, out of place Miss Nanny robot that literally looks like it painted on a smile and has made hair and eyelashes for its eye stalks. And when you walk by, the vault dweller stops you in a very cheery sort of way, like, "Hi, this seems probably weird to ask, and you're probably not used to people randomly stopping you in the middle of the street like this. Did you see a ghoul walk by at all with like I think it's called a Brahmin, the 2-headed thing?"
Points to our Brahmin that's coming around the corner.
Yeah, like that thing. I've only just known what those are a couple days ago.
And then I just point to Buddy next to the Brahmin. Not this one, right?
Are you looking for me?
No, someone else, but yes, very much the same, but not you.
Oh, then yes.
Oh, which direction?
And
Yeah, you just point. They're like, "Thank you." And then Miss Nanny says, "Yes, thank you." There is a tiny little dog following it, like a Pomeranian mix, which is very weird because it's like, wait, there's Pomeranians in Iceland? What the fuck? And then the super mutant just, in a very deep voice, goes, "Thanks." And they all start walking the other way.
Were those the
Super
wise
Mutant
men?
didn't like. Super Mutant was polite,
Yeah.
huh?
Wait, if they were the wise men and they were looking for the ghoul, is the ghoul Jesus?
Oh, that makes sense now.
Oh.
sounds correct to me.
Oh my god, it's a Christmas miracle.
And
Did we
this is
need
where your
their
GM
blood?
goes, "I didn't realize I just did that, but oh my god, amazing."
The logics itself.
Nate, own up to it. Own up to it. You knew
Yeah.
Well, I
that
will,
the
but
whole
also, oh my
time.
god.
You just made my character Jesus. Good luck if we ever play them again.
I
She's
know.
got a
Jesus.
complex now.
We hope so. Those 3 walk off just as you all said, because I totally planned that. And when you get back to the Red Rocket, because I want to make this now really funny, the direction you pointed in for where that goal was, wrong direction. They're actually at the Red Rocket.
Oh,
So you have a Brahmin. They're like, "Oh, I remember seeing you on the road. Hey, nice to see you again." The
Nice to see
other
you.
Jesus.
ghoul who I mentioned named Bert, the survivor named Terry, and the vault dweller named Michelle, they all see that you have 2 trees. Like, "Oh my god, you found 2 trees. Oh my god, I didn't actually think there were trees out there in Malden. Oh my god, that's amazing." And then they see all the decorations you have, and you then spend the rest of the day decorating the Red Rocket. You tell Patsy, who is the other ghoul with the Brahmin, like, "No, your friends went that way. You probably should catch up with them because we might have directed them to a really bad part of town." Like, don't worry about it. I'll find them at midnight. And where I'm going to end it, just to make it a little holiday fun, all of you go to bed.
Before we do,
Klaus,
can I?
yeah, go ahead.
Yes. So
I want to know what that
will
role is for.
say-
Yeah.
Yep. Klaus makes sure before we all go to bed that he takes those boxes from the evidence room and gives them to Sam and says, "It's not perfect, but I read through all of the letters and I put together as many toys as I could so you have something to bring back to your kids." And they all look horrifying. Like, this is Nightmare Before Christmas level toys. But you know what? He tried.
I'm so happy.
Thank you. And with your permission, JD, Sam would like to hug Klaus
Absolutely. And
And-
says you can tell your kids that Santa brought them presents this year.
I will. Thank you.
I mean,
so
you
much.
do have the Santa hat on.
Yeah, you can be Samta and Klaus.
So good. And where we will end it is as nighttime happens. Klaus, everyone's going to bed. You all have found makeshift mattresses you've made or beds you've made. You can perfectly fall asleep wherever you decide to fall asleep. Klaus, you are about to go to sleep when you have this weird moment where you hear jingle bells again. And for a brief second, you look out and you swear you see this silhouette of a person holding a bag with a Christmas hat on. They just walk by. You jump out of wherever you are in the red rocket to go look for them, and they're already gone. But there is a perfectly placed package of just Nuka-Cola sitting in the front, as well as a couple of items for scavenge and food that are just perfectly placed there, as if someone was like, "Here's a gift for all of you." And that's where we're going to end it. Thanks, guys. I will say, to be fun about this, because the reason I said it in Malden, I actually grew up in the town next to Malden called Melrose. So I know that area very well. Also, they're going to make fun of me for this, and I will never tell them I did this. Terry, Bert, and Michelle are actually my family members in real life. So that's my sister Michelle, and my parents Terry and Bert. My dad would be probably cross with me making him a ghoul. But it kind of fit.
It's not your real dad.
Awesome.
It's not my real dad. And then for the middle school, I kind of had to block it off because there is a vault technically under Malden Middle School in the game, and I did not
Gotcha.
want to get into that. It's dark as heck.
It's really terrifying.
It's
a
messed up.
bad
I will
one.
tell you about it when we're not on a stream.
That's fair.
It's not it's not holiday appropriate, and that's why we did not do
Gotcha.
that. But thanks, guys. That was fun.
Thank
What
you.
we will do is go around, as it were. I don't know the overlay setup, so I might actually tell Taylor what's the opposite. Do you want me to go first? Actually, I'll go first, and then we'll end on you. So I think it's easier that way. Hi, I am Nate. I was our GM, or as the game puts it, our overseer. I, outside of running games online occasionally, I work mostly as a photographer. I also am a project coordinator if anyone wants to hire me for that stuff. Hey, thanks. If you want to find me online, it's always weird now because socials have changed so much in the past few weeks. You can find me on Blue Sky and Instagram at IndieNate, INDIE Nate. You can also just go to my website, natebushman.com. That's where all my photos are. I'm very proud of the work I do. And thanks for letting me run stuff again, HSC. You're wonderful. Happy holidays. Thanks, guys. And then I'm going to let you decide who's next, and you're muted, by the way. I don't know what the overlay setup, so I'm going to let you dictate.
Owen.
Hello, I am Owen J. Ace. I will turn off that green light. But you can find me at Ace of Squares on all social media. I am a video game writer and a TTRPG writer, if you'd like to hire me for that. But this was fun. Thank you so much for having me. This was great. And yeah, hope to play with you all again sometime.
Love it. Then let's go down to Matt.
Hey, I'm Matt. I've been Sam this evening, and you can find me everywhere as Improv and RPG. Thank y'all so much for having me. This has been a blast. Very heartwarming. Thank you.
Yes. Then we'll go over to Amber.
Hi everybody, I'm Amber, also known as the Space Jamber. I am an Emmy winning and 3-time Emmy nominated TTRPG writer, editor, podcaster, and streamer, and also marketing manager at Labyrinth Games and Puzzles in Washington, D.C. You can find me everywhere there's internet, except Twitter, because we don't talk about that place. You can find me at the Space Jamber, and I have been Nina, our wizened, hardened, old scavenger. So thank you for playing, and I hope we raised a ton of money tonight to protect the people. Thank you for HSC for hosting.
We'll go over to JD.
Hey, I am JD. Tonight I have been Klaus. I am always delighted to be with High Shelf Collective, especially raising money for a good cause. You can also find me with Live from the Apocalypse and Entropy Emporium, where I am both a storyteller and player on both channels. And you can find me anywhere there is internet at JD Not Jason Dean on all socials.
Awesome. Sorry, dogs decided to bark right when I'm probably going to have to talk. We're good. It's just Amazon. All right. Hello. I've been your Patsy for the day. Or no, not Patsy. I was Patsy. Patsy was here. I've been Fern for the day. And you can find me all over the internet at Potato. I think that's Blue Sky and Instagram. Maybe there's an underscores. I don't know at this point anymore. But you can find me hanging out here, obviously, as well as soon to be. I don't know if yet by the time this airs, Live from the Apocalypse. I'm very excited. I'll get to play a game over there. But let's see. Biggies for this week. Like I said, you'll probably hear from future me at the before now or at the end of this video to give you some more updated things because hey, a lot of us are probably at PAX currently. So we wanted to make sure that we got the holiday stuff started early since PAX is like happening a little later than it usually does. So thank you everybody for coming to hang out. Just a reminder, we are raising money for Elevated Access, an absolutely wonderful cause that will pair people with private planes, private jets, private pilots, and fly them to states that they can get the medical care that they need if their states are not great. And this is our second high shelf charity Christmas season, holiday season that we've raised for them, but we've also done a couple of May fundraisers. They're some of our favorites to support. So please donate all you can. We will be having, you'll see down below a list of all the sponsors that have given wonderful prizes to be able to help us raise money. You'll see chats with all the info on how to donate, who Elevated Access is, who our sponsors are, what you can win. And remember that at the end of this, we have giveaways each day, but we will also be having a big final prize yet to be decided by the time we are recording this, but you will get entered in that with every $10 you donate. So get that in. And thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. And I appreciate you all greatly. And we'll have so many more things coming this month. We've got, oh my God, so much. We've got our Beacons games that usually play. We have our Werewolf games, which we're usually playing. They're going to be all part of this fundraiser as well. We'll have Cyberpunk Red. We'll have A Familiar Problem. We'll have Coyote and Crow. We'll have Old School Essentials. There's more. There's more coming. There's on social somewhere. There's a calendar. But thank you all so much for hanging out. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Goodbye.